Yes. How we doing? How we doing? We gonna go and do our live watch along. I had no idea what times these events would start at. So we're into the eighth round of Zelfa Barrett versus Bruno Tamiro. So I just seen Pat Barrett literally send Zelfa Barrett out there for the eighth round. So let me know how this sounds. Anyone in the chat? There we go. Got a few in there already. So we're into the eighth round of this fight. Now I got my schedule completely all arse about face with this card. I thought that the co-main would be Gongora versus Richards, and I got my pick right there. I picked Richards to win that fight. So big up to everyone in the chat. We can hear you. Good to know, man. That's the thing I was worried about. That's the one thing I was worried about. As I watch, oh, good right hand from Zelfa Barrett comes in there. It's a bit kind of crappy. I know. I got my times kind of wrong for these events, so we're kind of already kind of halfway through this. But another good right hand landing. So if the co-main event coming up after this, which I believe is Zach Cullen, Zelf Barrett landing that right hand consistently, and Barrett can bang. More so when the left hook is Zelfa Barrett's preferred punch, from what I've seen. He tends to get more of his stoppages and have a lot more power in the left hook, because when he throws that, oh boy, tends to have some results. But this Bruno guy is coming in like Barrett is a good little fighter, but oh, got some combinations there from Zelfa. Barrett is a good little fighter, but I can't help but feel his ceiling would be kind of in around European level. Unless I'm proven wrong, he just kind of he's big for this weight. Like you see him, he's huge in there for 130. But no, he's definitely doing good. That guy, he's fight. Oh, good, another good right hand again. He's catching him with a lot of backhands. He's catching him with a lot of backhands. Did I see the Sharenko stoppage? Won't I have seen in worst I've seen in age. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. I have heard about that. All right, that it was a poor stoppage. I think he was fighting Redenko. I haven't seen it, but I have seen people online complaining about that. So I'll definitely have a look see at that when we finish up here. We're near the end of the eighth round. I'll get the people in the chat's opinion on the main event as soon as this round ends. I just want to see how this round ends because I watched the Babbage fight and then I had to leave. I had to physically step out for a bit. So why does Dave Monte announce for all matchroom fighters? I assume he's got a contract. He used to announce on a lot of the Bella cards and Murphy's boxing cards. Jamie, shout out Jamie, big up. I'll just pop that up on screen. Yo, shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing for the £5. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And you know I'll hit you back on the next live you're doing, man. Whenever. But big up to Jamie, Punch Perfect Boxing. Great channel. Absolutely great channel. Okay. So I want to know whilst we finish the eighth round there, because I'm probably a bit behind. My zone still needs to be updated. I just haven't got around to updating it yet. What everyone 27 in the chat? What's your pick for the main event? Has it changed since Joseph Parker weighed in? Because a few people were asking me that. What do I make of Parker weighing in the 250s? And I'll be honest, I haven't had a chance to discuss it at length. But anyone who knows me knows that Joseph Parker. I've always said that ideal weight for him is in the mid 230s. So you can imagine my surprise, not in a good way, when they announced he was 251 pounds. He is going to have feet like I don't know what. His feet are going to be like bricks underneath him because he always plods around the ring as we go into the ninth round here. He tends to plod a lot around the ring when he's in the 240s. He's in the 250s. I mean, how the hell? Like, yeah. I'm going to be interested to see how he looks in the first round. Parker close UD. I think he's. I think he bet out Parker inside 6. It's going to be interesting. Now, saying that, there's been times where I've seen fighters over the years, and a bit like Tyson Fury, it would be a good example. And I thought, again, missing with the left hook there from Barrett, this guy he's fighting here, Tarimo, is coming a little bit more stronger in this round. He's applying more pressure. He's very short. I mean, I'd love to know what the height of him is, because Barrett is, what, 5'7" or something like that, maybe a bit taller. But this guy is real short, real compact, trying to get in on Barrett, but Barrett's not letting him. Fighting a good fight, like if you're fighting a guy who's much shorter than you and you've a significantly longer reach, you should really keep him at arm's length, good uppercut. But Barrett's getting caught again the ropes. Getting caught again the ropes up in this round a bit. Oh, that looked a bit on the low side. That shot from Barrett that went in there. That did look a bit on the low side from Zelfa, I just have to say. But Yeah, going back onto Joseph Parker, I'm really struggling here. Like, I don't know if it's the right idea, but like Tyson Fury, another low shot went in there. But like Tyson Fury, I didn't think him packing on weight against Wilder would do any good, but it did in the second fight actually. Um, it's a good little scrap here between Barrett and this Tarimo guy. I hadn't seen the first couple of rounds. I assume Barrett's winning because it just looked like he was on top in the eighth round. But this is a better round. Barrett is landing some shots, but they're all really getting blocked amongst the gloves. So Tarimo, he's not really landing anything of note on Barrett that I can see. And Barrett he looks all right in there. You know, I like watching Zelfa. Oh, good uppercut from Zelfa Barrett. Now Barrett's hooks and his uppercuts are very, very, very good. What's Jay say? I think Team Parker banking on Chisora tiring, but they might find themselves in that similar situation. I can't make heads or tails of it, mate. Why they I really don't want, unless Andy Lee is looking at Tyson Fury and they're thinking, well, with Fury, they packed on all this weight and he's better, maybe Parker, but like that's Tyson Fury. If it works for some, might work for others. And anytime I've seen Parker in the 240s, much less the 250s, he's looked terrible. Certainly in the high 240s anyway, he's not looked good at all. Like go back and look at Parker when he was in the 230s. He was a lot sleek. You could noticeably see he was slimmer then. I just found he was just better in the 230s. And it's not like he could say, well, he's old and he's gained weight. He's 29 and he's never really been out of shape. So I don't really know if they can use that excuse of, oh, but he put on so much weight now he can't. I really don't see that as an excuse. Um, Barrett closes around good shots from Zelfa Barrett there, but this guy's tough. He's taking them. He's doing a good shot blocking the hooks that Barrett's throwing. He's getting those gloves up, and he's really stopping it from hitting him on the head. And Barrett going to the body, good shot, missed the left hook again. Barrett's best punch is the left hook, and I think most fighters are wise to that now. This guy is tough. This guy is actually pretty tough in here. I think with Barrett, most fighters have wised on to the fact that Barrett's left hook would be his most explosive shot. And I really do think that a lot of people are starting to wise onto that now. So when they're fighting Zelfa Barrett, they're cautious about that. They know whenever he takes a step back, what's happening is a return left hook's going to come. So you put that glove up, you know, you put that right glove up, you stop that left hook in its tracks. Because Barrett has good power, very good power in that left hook. Ask Eric Donovan about it. He got caught with that left hook, and that was all she wrote in that fight. After he had a bad camp, he put on weight on purpose to go all out for the knockout. It's risky. If that's what they're doing, that's risky because Parker. I remember against Takam. Takam was most noticeable about the eighth round. He did gas a bit in that fight, and I wonder if that was kind of Parker thinking, I need to pace myself. If he doesn't pace himself in this fight with the extra weight, could be in trouble. So into round 10. It's been a weird little undercard as far now. I mean, I seen Babbage. Obviously, I done a review of that, and that was a bizarre old fight. I didn't get a chance. I didn't see the Lerone Richards, but I got the pick spot on for that. I was right there. I had a feeling he'd win, and from what I can see, he shouldn't. It shouldn't have been split. Is what people were telling me that it should have been unanimous. For some reason, it was split. But Richards is a good boxer, man. A good boxer. Don't underestimate him. Uh, was it watch time? Was it watch doing time? Was it work doing time? You mean? I don't know what. You're gonna have to kind of maybe retype that, mate. So Barrett. Oh, Barrett landed. Just throw. Yeah, landed significantly more. Throw more, landed more. And yeah, Barrett looks in control in this fight. Even when the guy in the last round was applying a bit of pressure, Barrett looked in control, doing a good job looking to counter, get some uppercuts in there whenever his opponent gets close. So some good work from Barrett, keeping it down at range. Good shot. I think a part of me feels as though he's having more success from what I've seen so far from Alpha Barrett. He's having great success with the jab 1-2. So he's jabbing, throwing a right hand, and it's landing. Now it's not having any massive concussive effect, but as soon as he's trying to throw the left hook, his opponent is wise to that. So what I would say is, if I was in Barrett's corner and he was really looking to land the left hook, I would actually say throw a right hand, or maybe feint the right hand, come back with the left hook, because he's looking for that left hook constantly. And Barrett misses a right hander, so he's looking for that left hook constantly. I would try and say disguise the left hook. Don't let on that that's what you're about to throw. As he throws a good little shot to the body there, Zach Barrett again tries to lead with the left hook there, almost like a slapping hook. So right hand to the body goes in. And that's a good work from Barrett, but he gets caught on the way in. This guy is bobbing all around the ring, you know. So Barrett doing his job, trying to keep the guy off him and getting backed up again the ropes. That was something that was happening to him quite a bit against Kiko Martinez, but Martinez wasn't exerting any real energy back himself Barrett up again the ropes. This guy appears to really be kind of trying to force Self Barrett up again the ropes, trying to land his shots, but Barrett is looking calm. There's nothing major from the opponent coming in there, not really that I can see. Barrett back on the jab. Doing well in this. Oh, that's a great right hand he lands around the guard. Look, can he follow up with that? If I was him, I'd be getting on the uppercut now. Barrett gets a shot himself, and he's tied up again the ropes again. I think this guy's trunks are up quite high, the opponent, Torimo, because a lot of the shots Barrett's throwing, they look borderline. Barrett dropped him with a left hook in the third. Ever since then, has been very wary. Okay. I suspected that because he looked very cautious about getting hit with that specific shot. And obviously, I didn't see the first few rounds of this fight, so yeah, he looks Pat Barrett in the corner there for Zelfa. No wine glass this evening, just drinking it straight out of the bottle. Just drinking it straight out. That's the super chat Jamie gave me. They'll get me a 6-pack of this. They're only about like $3.50 in Ireland for a 6-pack of Lucozade. So yeah, you got me a 6-pack, so I'm appreciating that. Have them all over Christmas. Thanks for that. As we go to Chisora's locker room, where he's just getting laced up, or he's just getting, I say, wrapped up. I wonder what gloves both guys are using, because both these guys use fly gloves. And I know myself, just because the WBC have said it, that they won't be allowing fighters to use fly gloves in any of their sanctioned fights. Now, I don't think there's a WBC title on the line in this fight, but if there is, it'll be interesting to see what both guys use. I don't know why they banned them gloves. There's no horsehair in the banned one. No, not the ones I have anyway. So Barrett backing up, looking for a counter. This guy is really trying to apply the pressure now in this round. It's interesting to see. Barrett lands a little uppercut there on the inside, and he's back on his bike, moving around the ring, keeping him at range with the jab, and lands a nice little uppercut there on the inside, misses again with the left hook. That was just a miss from Zelfa Barrett, and again, another swing and a miss. Putting a lot of energy into those hooks, missing a lot though. Missing a lot, and that's going to take some of the energy away from Zelfa Barrett the longer this fight goes. Now, I know there's only about, what did I say, the longer this fight goes, it's only another round and a bit of this round and a bit of next. Barrett back on the jab, opponent probe. See, his opponent's strategy is to just try and get in and outwork Barrett, but when he gets inside, Barrett's doing a good job of just tying up, landing body shots, landing hooks and uppercuts on the inside. And his opponent really isn't doing much. He's getting Barrett up against the ropes, but he's having to try and worry about how to get past Barrett's shots. He's not moving his head on the way in. So when you're not moving your head on the way in, you're kind of a sitting duck, because at least with a bit of head movement, and if you use your feet at the same time as well, so if you use your head and feet, you can actually kind of get round the jab and get your work done before he's even had a chance to reset himself. If you're not moving your head, there's not really much you're going to get about that. I never enjoy watching Barrett fight. The Eric Donovan fight was pretty good. I thought that fight was good. We got a nice little knockout in that fight. The Ronnie Clark fight was very good, I thought. That was the fight Barrett lost. And go back and watch that fight. I enjoyed that fight. It was entertaining. Barrett got dropped very heavily in that fight by an uppercut, actually. It was good to go. Oh, left hook lands in there on the inside. Did he hurt his opponent? No, opponent's coming back. Still throwing, but still walking into some shots. This kid's tough. This kid's definitely tough, but he's definitely... I wonder if the fact that Barrett's arms are so long, when it gets up to that when it gets that close, maybe it's not as easy for him to get them uppercuts and hooks off because his arms are so long. You do see that with certain fighters. When they get inside and they have really long arms, their work is better at long range, so when it gets close, they kind of do tend to look a bit awkward there. Just see another hook comes in from Zelfa Barrett. I reckon this fight's going the full 12. The next fight is Joe Cullen. That's going to be interesting to see how many rounds that goes. Oh, lovely hook, or uppercut, I should say, on the inside there. The opponent definitely felt that. Still going strong. Still trying to back Barrett up. So we go into a clinch with 15 seconds to go. Steve Gray, the referee, breaks them. He's had a lot of controversy over the last few months, Steve Gray. This is Alpha Barrett again, finding his range there on the ropes. Very messy end to that round. Very messy end to that round. So as we go into the final round, so we have Jack Cullen then after. At least I'm pretty sure it's Jack Cullen next. I'll just check on BoxRec who's been and who hasn't. But I'm pretty sure we've Jack Cullen after this fight, and then we are into the main event. The Jack Cullen fight's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting for me. I think I might have picked Jack Cullen to win that fight in my prediction league. I think I might have just edged him. But that's definitely going to be an interesting one. Yeah, Jack Cullen is next. Because this fight's currently underway. Some good uppercuts being landed there by Zelfa Barrett. Some real good shot selection there. So we're going to the 12th and final round. It's been going long in kind of his bigger fights lately. I think Parker ends Chisora tonight, round 10. The first few rounds are going to tell us a lot about what Joseph Parker's intentions are. That's what I say. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. Because I wasn't really until I seen Parker weigh in 251. Now I'm like, ooh, what might happen? What might happen indeed in that fight? Definitely Alpha Barrett. Just keeping it long, getting out of range. I suspect the lead he's built up. I suspect we're looking at quite a wide scorecard just based on what I've seen the last few rounds. Guy had a bit of success in I think with the 9th round, but that's really about it. He's been few and far between, but mainly Alpha Barrett keeping it at range, and when he gets in close, he's been looking for hooks and uppercuts, occasional body shot, but he's not really taking much as Barrett. It's been quite messy when it gets up close. Again, here up against the ropes. Just a bit on the messy side. And I wonder how Mike Costello is doing. For those listening to Mike Costello, you can mute him because you got me chatting now. Don't know if that's better or worse. I'm trying to hone the old commentary skills anyway. No, good uppercut from Barrett. This opponent, right? He's again. I don't think I've seen him move his head once. Anytime he's got close, anytime he's trying to, and he trips himself apart up there. That was a good little feet coming together as that Barrett goes down, but it's not a knockdown. It was just feet tangled together. They acknowledge each other as we go into the last 90 seconds of the 12th and final round. But his opponent has no real defense to speak of. He's not moving his head at all. And as people in the chat ask about Parker, once this fight ends, we will have a chat from now until the next fight. We'll have a chat about Parker and Chisora and how I think that's going to go. That's what we'll do. Because we have a minute left to go in this round. Good shots there from Zelfa Barrett go in. Nothing really to deter the opponent from coming in. Again, no, he's really just using the high guard to get in and trying to punch his way in. He's not really doing anything specifically sophisticated with that. But he is having, Barrett just ties up. Almost gets the guy in a headlock there. And he warns the opponent, even though Zelfa Barrett got him in a headlock, he warns the opponent about use of the head. Good left hook from Zelfa Barrett. He definitely felt that, but still keeps on coming. And again, messy again, feet coming together a little bit there. Barrett takes center ring again, working off the jab and moving around the ring. I think he's just looking to get to the end of this fight, get the decision, get the win. Missed an uppercut there. That would have been nice if it landed, but did a good job avoiding that, I have to say. Lead with that uppercut again. Don't ever lead with an uppercut unless you have a shot coming with it. I would advise, if any amateurs are watching this, I would say never lead with an uppercut. Throws a couple of left hooks there, but this fight's going the full haul. And Barrett's just backpedaling now until the final bell, which should come. And there it is. There it is. So, I would imagine that that's a Zelfa Barrett win. Just judging from the rounds I saw, he looked in control there. You need a tablet. I do have a tablet, but I know. I do have a tablet, but the charge on it is pretty much gone. So if I used it, I would literally only have it for, we'll say, an hour, and then it would be, I'd literally have to walk over there because I don't have a charger long enough. These chargers I have, that the one I have plugged into the phone now is an iPhone charger. So that's something I'm going to have to get. If I'm going to keep doing these watch-alongs, I'll have to go on the sales and pick myself up one of them. Definitely. It would look better actually using a tablet for doing review of the week and stuff like that, wouldn't it? When I think about it, you look a bit more professional. So that's actually a good shout from Iceman there. Actually, that's good thinking. That's actually a pretty good shout. To be fair, I didn't. It's only really thinking of that. Lucozade is to you what Echo. Hey man, don't diss the Lucozade. Don't diss it. I got a 6-pack and I'm enjoying them. Might even at some stage in this stream, if I finish these, they actually showed the scorecards. I saw 111 in there, so I'm assuming that's a 9-3 round or 9-3 fight. 9-3 fight. Don't diss the Lucozade. I like the Lucozade. You don't get hangovers from it, which is even better. What's that say? May have done better with someone who was shorter. He just couldn't get into range. No. Use an extension card. What's an extension card, mate? Is that like a cord? You mean? You mean like a cord for? Yeah. I could do that. But I might just go and invest in a new one because the other one I have is a Samsung, and I don't really like Samsung. I prefer Apple products. I'm just not that I prefer it. I'm just used to them. The best example of never lead with an uppercut was Buster Douglas. Yep. Well, you should, because if you lead with an uppercut, you're leaving yourself so exposed. Like, unless you're Roy Jones and you have freakish hand speed and freakish timing, you should never. If you're going to throw an uppercut, set it up with a jab or set it up with like a little throwaway right hand. That's what I was always taught in the gym when I was, and because in the gym I used to train in, they used to specifically try and get you to throw uppercuts because they wanted to work on the power of them and getting you to throw them hard. But they always said it, never ever lead with it. Always just, if you want to throw a left uppercut, little right hand, get the sight off you, just a little pivot, and then bang, as far as much down as you can kind of get it and up with your shoulder. That's what they told me about uppercuts. They always said never ever lead with one. Yes, F Barrett gets the UD. I'd imagine that's a UD. And onwards and upwards. We'll see what he does in 2022. I wonder would Eddie Hearn be trying to do a rematch, a unanimous decision. I wonder would Eddie Hearn be trying to do the rematch with him and Kiko now that Kiko's a world champion. You definitely should buy an iPad to watch the fights on. Tyen knows you've got the bag. Yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely have the bag. I have the bag so much that I don't even buy Echo Falls or anything like that. Or Ade drinks whiskey. I drink the orange stuff, but this orange stuff, which is nice. Yeah, remember that Tyson Fury punched himself. I remember that well. Which fight was that? One of his it wasn't Kevin Johnson. I think it was the fight before that. It was early 2012 or the end of 2011 was when he uppercutted himself. I remember that. And I see Ade is doing the presenting, which is good. I'm happy for him. Thought Maya Jama was on here because I know Laura Woods is doing the darts tonight. So Ade doing the presenting. To be honest with you, I'd rather him be a presenter than Maya Jama. Laura Woods is good. Ade is good, but I'm not a fan of Maya Jama as a presenter. She just doesn't do it for me. Just turned into the live AG. Big up to KB. I could see Warrington getting the Kiko fight. Yeah, they could. He's already fought and beat Kiko. And again, that win at the time for Warrington, people were criticizing him. A lot of people were very critical of that performance against Kiko Martinez because he made hard work of it. In hindsight, you would say that actually that wasn't a bad win and it wasn't a bad performance. Yeah, I remember Klitschko uppercutting with hitting himself with the uppercut against Jennings. That Jennings fight was really the beginning of the end for Klitschko, wasn't it? He took that fight, didn't look good, lost his next two, and that was the end of that. I seen Klitschko sparring during the week, and a few people were kind of getting like, "Oh, could he come back? Could he?" Well, he's been teasing comebacks for the last couple of years, but with regards, could he do anything? I wouldn't be picking to win a heavyweight title, not myself personally. Could he beat some of the contenders? Yeah, definitely he could, but he'd need about two or three. He'd need about two fights, maybe. Well, he definitely need a couple of comeback fights anyway, but two at least, at the very least. I would put him in with Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown has a ranking, I think, with the WBA, and Lucas Brown is cannon fodder at this stage. Put him in with someone like that, maybe Redenko or someone durable like that, a rematch with Vac, and then see how he goes from there. But with regards Klitschko winning a heavyweight title, can't see him beating Fury. Can't see him beating Usyk at this stage. I think Usyk would just be a little bit too sharp for Klitschko, a little bit too quick. Can't really see how he'd beat. I just think Father Time was undefeated, as they say. As they show Joseph Parker getting ready to leave New Zealand and head off to the UK. Again, I really am a bit. I can't understand the rationale behind this weight gain. I really can't. We shall see that. We shall see how he gets on, but I really can't see the rationale behind it. Just personally, someone said earlier in the chat, Kronk style could potentially be that. Could potentially be the Kronk style they're looking to implement for Joseph Parker, and now Andy Lee. Being around Javon Sugar Hill, trained by Emmanuel Stewart. He did train with Adam Booth for a bit, but Andy Lee is Kronk. We know that. Being around Tyson Fury, stuff like that. It's Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a strange one to see how he gets on. The first few rounds are going to be interesting. I really want to see what Parker's looking to implement, what he's looking to do. I want to see what kind of pace he sets early on. Because at 251, if he sets the pace early, will he be able to maintain that pace? That's the question I have. I doubt it. Because even in the 240s, the low 240s, he tends to, how would I say it? He tends to pace himself a bit. If you see him in any of those fights where he's in the 240s, he does tend to pace a little bit. Like, just kind of look after the pace, not rush things and have enough in the reserve for the end of the fight. He's doing that at 240. How is he going to get it at 250? It's interesting. It's an interesting one. It got more interesting with that weigh-in. You couldn't beat the top fighters when he was at the end, and probably weren't even at their prime yet. Nobody gets better after 45. Yeah. No. I get the impression that Klitschko likes to just tease the comeback without ever actually doing it. Because it must be hard. I know Lennox Lewis at times said himself that like he was kind of thinking about will I, won't I, and I've seen loads of fighters over the years say it. I remember Kessler a couple of years ago was on about joining the World Boxing Super Series, and he decided against it. I think it's because they see guys that they perceive. Put like this, like if you fought like just say you fought like during the 2000s, and you see guys nowadays, like someone like De La Hoya must look at Spence and Crawford and guys like that and think if I was around in my prime, I'd beat all yous. And that must be hard for them because they probably just think I'm sure I could still beat you. They might think they can, but their body doesn't. Their body knows that they can't. G-Man, who is the best Irish boxer right now? Jesus, that's a good question. The best Irish boxer. I think. I don't know. I would say probably. Well, Conlon's a good boxer, but would I say he's the best? Probably Conlon, Mick Conlon. That's not a good. That's not really a good sign that Mick Conlon's your best boxer. But I would say Conlon, Hogan kind of, he's had the losses. Dennis Hogan is a good boxer, but he's had the losses. So I would say probably Mick Conlon, and I would say Gary Cully maybe after. Gary Cully is a good little fighter. We just need to see him in there against some, real proven guys. Because he's been beating some guys who were kind of not really proven. So I would say that Michael Conlon is probably number one. And in terms of fighters to watch, I'd say Gary Cully. There'd be my two. Um, Katie Taylor. No, man, I wouldn't put Katie Taylor in that category. Katie Taylor is good for she is. What she is. She's good at what she is. But in terms of just boxing ability, I would definitely be saying that you probably put Michael Conlon number one. And as I said, that's not a good sign when Michael Conlon is your number one. Because Conlon ain't anything to write home about. It's a shame about Burnett. I rated him. Yeah, Burnett was a sad story. I like Ryan Burnett. I didn't think he was the best, but He was good. I thought him and Adam Boot maybe wasn't the best matchup for trainer coach, but Burnett definitely had talent. He had athleticism, but yeah, he had a back injury, and that just derailed the whole career. Just he had to retire. He had one comeback fight in 2019, and then that was that. It was so sudden as well. It was just out of the blue retirement, and Ryan Burnett's not even 30 yet, as far as I know. I don't even think he's 30 now. So it was a sad one for Ryan Burnett because he was a talented fighter. Um, and it would have been interesting to see what would have happened moving forward because that loss against the Nair, in hindsight, hasn't aged too badly. And he was very competitive in that fight up until he got stopped. Very competitive. So, as I said, in hindsight, that loss didn't age too badly. It's just a shame. It's a shame we couldn't see what he could do somewhere down along the line. I'd say Conlon, but it's a shame that that's the best when Irish are known for their fighting. Well, I think that saying is gone now. The fighting Irish. You live in this country and you will see there ain't no fighting Irish in this country. There's a few, but there ain't many. A few far between, mate. A few. The frightened Irish is the word I'd use. Did you see the madness in the darts last night? Yeah, I seen the nine darter. I seen it was a good game. It was some good games in the darts last night. Yes, I did see that. Do you know much about Al Poor, Burnett's coaching amateur now? I think Al Poor. The name rings a bell, all right. And yeah, Burnett done some commentary over here, and actually, Ryan Burnett, that's someone who I would put on a commentary team because Ryan Burnett, for those who don't know, when we used to do shows here, like the back end of 2018, 2019, they would televise some of them. Now they'd be on terrestrial TV here in Ireland, but they got Ryan Burnett in to do commentary. In fact, Andy Lee, I think, hosted one of them. And I actually got to say, I thought Ryan Burnett was a fantastic commentator. And this was someone who probably wasn't used to commentating, and I thought he did a great job. So Ryan Burnett is actually someone. It was only someone I just thought of when you said it. He's actually a very good commentator. So if I was someone in the zone, and I'd be saying we need a new commentator, we need a new presenter, I would get Ryan Burnett in because he does. Listen to Ryan Burnett on commentary. He is actually a very good commentator. If I, to be honest with you, right, the shows over here when they were going were absolutely atrocious. But when they were on TV, they didn't have bad commentary teams. You know, they would get like some old Irish, boxing guy who would understand a bit of Irish as well. Sometimes they speak Irish on commentary. They go back and forth between English, but they would get like Andy Lee on commentary. They get Jay Quigley on commentary, Spike O'Sullivan on commentary, Ron Burnett, and they all actually didn't do a bad job on commentary. None of them did. So in terms of like getting guys in, there was um there was some good guys on commentary they got when they were doing shows here. Yeah, I seen the nine darter today. I was watching it during the day. Yeah, I seen that. He ended up losing that game. I'll name this account later evening. It's the guy who found it. Funds Probellum. Yes, 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 I do. I knew I recognized the name and Probellum. I like Probellum. I hope they do well. If they need any hosts, your boys' emails in the about page. There you go. But yeah, Probellum is good. I like Probellum. I like what they're doing. I think that they just need a major network. Sean Porter is the guy everyone wants to get on commentary right now. Yeah, Sean Porter is good. I'll give him that. G Man versus Tyen Boot. Who wins in a street fight? I think Tyen because he's 0-5 in street fights against women. Remember he said that? He's 0-5 against women in street fights. So with your boy, it'd be different. Be a different kettle of fish altogether. Um, in a pure boxing match, he beat me. In a street fight, who knows? Anything goes. I noticed that Eddie Hearn was talking about spiteful fighters and placed Conor Ben with. Oh my god. Yeah, well, he's promoter. Of course, he would. You couldn't put Conor Ben in with those two guys. They would absolutely annihilate Conor Ben. Chris Lloyd and is it Chris Mannix and Darren Barker? They done a little sketch where they were dressed up as Santa and stuff like that. I don't. The problem is right with one of the problems I have with this DAZN team is that there's not a lot of chemistry between them. Like Ade and Tony Bellew, Harley Quinn. have a bit decent, excuse me, decent bit of chemistry. But in terms of everyone else, they don't seem to really have any chemistry there. You kind of need that with these teams. Like you look at the HBO team, there was chemistry there. You had Jim Lampley, you had Harold Letterman. I remember when George Foreman was there, and I used to love listening to Foreman on commentary because he was just funny. Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, that was a great shot. I disagree. That was it. Foreman was just like there, and Foreman did know a bit about boxing, but he was a decent commentator. But he was just there, it seemed, to just disagree with everything Lampley and Merton said. It's actually quite funny to watch. Every single thing that they'd say, that was a great shot. No, it wasn't. I think he won that. No, I thought the other guy did. That was a good. No, it wasn't. It was just Foreman was brilliant. Gee man, how do you think Parker Joyce goes? I picked Joyce in that fight, but he's TV and street fights. Porter was on his own recently. I suspect I thought he would have been PBC. Could be just whoever's paying him. I mean, like they could obviously just offer him like a deal to do a one deal with his own. Here's a couple of grand. There you go. Happy days. Who wins this fight? I think Cullen loses. He could. He's improved a lot though. Mike Costello was real old school. Like Mike Costello sounds like someone who, he, he's been on radio for years, and he has that radio voice. And that might sound different, but hear me out. Some people just they have that voice for radio. So when you listen to the radio, that's what you expect to hear, but not on TV. So when I listen to the Zone, I've this muted. But when I listen to the Zone, I hear that I'm just not intrigued at all. It's just to me, it's taken away. I like someone who's a little bit more upbeat and has that little bit more that voice that encapsulates you. If you look at like some of the old commentators in darts, like John Gwynn or someone like that who's still alive, I know it's a different sport, but like they have that just voice that just instantly encapsulates you and just puts you in it. Costello doesn't do that. Costello, it's just like it's like you said, it is kind of a bit similar to someone who would commentate on horse racing. You know, um, I like guys like Larry Merchant who are very good, Kellerman are very good. Going back like Reg Guttridge was brilliant. I love Reg Guttridge. Frank Carpenter or Carpentier, however you pronounce it. But Reg Guttridge, Jim Lampley is probably what I say is my favorite. Now Lampley, Merchant, and Foreman was probably my favorite, but Guttridge and Guttridge and Watt was brilliant. I mean, those two guys just they could just do it. Don't care for war. He's all right. He bores you to death. Yeah, Costello is a bit. Yeah, Roy Jones on commentary is pretty good. Tyson said the best way to Chisora is box southpaw. Yep, potentially. Chisora doesn't like it when you make it a kind of slowish fight in that southpaw stance. Don't mind Joe Tessitore. Bit over the top sometimes, but a good fight. Yeah, Joe Tessitore is not bad. He's not bad. It has to be said. I don't mind Joe Tessitore at all. I liked Teddy Atlas when he was on commentary. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind. Bring Shirley off EastEnders into the commentary team. Former, yeah, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, Joe Tessitore is all right. I like Joe Tessitore actually. I do. I think he's very good. Um, there's been some commentators I've not liked at all. Like Bobby Ches is a horrible commentator when he was commentating. He was so biased. And he just wasn't a nice. I didn't like Bobby Ches on commentary when he was commentating back in the days. Um, who else? There was a few I didn't really like. I didn't have much time for. Nas was hilarious. Yeah, Nas was. I don't think they put Nas like Nas is just brilliant. I didn't like the guy. What's his name? The he used to commentate for ITV. What's his name? Something McIntosh. Ron McIntosh. Is that the guy's name? I really like him. Didn't really like him at all on commentary. Nothing against him personally, but his commentary was just like, ugh. You'd like to hear BDA as a commentator? That'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind hearing BDA as a commentator. That'd be interesting. Shout out to BDA. Great podcast. But I wouldn't mind hearing him on commentary either. It'd be lovely if you could get like, do you remember? Well, I say do you remember. Jamie probably know about this, but I don't know if they still do it. But do you remember they used to do Fan Zone and on Sky Sports? If you press the red button, you'd get the Fan Zone TV, so you could listen to the fans commentate. They should get like some of us YouTubers and just stick like if you have like the zone option to split screen, you can have the commentary with whoever it is, Andy Lee and Mike Costello, or you can have fan zone where it's like just say G Man and Jamie and Chris Andre doing the analysis. That'd be brilliant. Could you imagine that? Now that's a game changer, Eddie. That's a game changer. Fan zone commentary. Yeah, the fan zone was quality. I remember that. I remember listening to like, especially when it was like a real close game. Like I remember, was it Spurs and Arsenal where it was 4-all, and like it was 4-0 at I think the first half for Arsenal. This was years ago. It was like 2010 or 2009. I remember the fan zone guys were going nuts in that game. It was funny. It was hilarious. That is a good idea. I actually used to listen to the fan zone when I used to watch like the football when they had it. I would try and get the fan zone. That was actually good crack listening to them. So here we go. Jack Cullen, little levers meat cleaver. Let's see. He's looked better at super middleweight. He has looked better at super middleweight than he did at middleweight. So let's see how he gets on. It's just so easy to hit, though. That's my biggest concern for Jack Cullen. He's always been so easy to hit. But he's popular. We got a full arena in there. There's Babbage watching the fight. I mean, he very nearly took an L tonight. He very nearly took an L. Let's see how this goes. So, co-main, Cullen for the European title. And let's go. Let's see how this goes. All right, Cullen immediately on the jab. Use that height and reach. You're the bigger, well, maybe not the stronger, but you're the naturally taller, and you look a lot taller. And Cullen really going for early. Cullen really starting off early, popping the jab and looking to throw some hard shots, looking to throw some body shots and hooks to the head. Fast start from Jack Cullen. Fast start. Sajado trying to get inside, trying to land some shots on Cullen. Cullen doing a good job tucking up and moves up again the ropes into a clinch. All right, Cullen came out swinging there. That was a fast start from Jack Cullen. And using the clinch, actually not holding his own in that clinch. Puts into the back of the head from Sajado. Cullen back on the jabs. It's going to be interesting. Cullen was at super middleweight. No, he was not. Or middleweight, he was normally someone who would just come in and just try and have a war. Oh, good left hook to the head. Thought Cullen was dazed there for a bit. That was on the inside. Referee is sending him to the corner, saying use of head. Now, yeah, he was a bit reckless, but a shot to the head went in there. A shot to the head did go in there. It is a little bit reckless coming in, but I wouldn't say it's worth a warning as of yet. We're only a minute into this fight. Cullen back on the jab, landing 1-2s, trying to get in close, land some body shots, which he is, and then going back out and using this jab again, doing a good, decent enough job keeping range. And he definitely has the longer arms and the height and reach, so if he can keep it at that range, he could be having a bit of success in here. Make his opponent work a little bit harder to try and get inside. So he lands some more shots on the outside. Good work from Jack Cullen so far. But no, done a good job blocking them. Needs to be a bit more careful. Whoa, that's not a knockdown. That was just awkward. This guy is really trying to swing, and he's trying to like lunge in and swing at Cullen. Now, some are getting close, so Cullen needs to be mindful of that. He needs to take a step back or maybe take a move out to the side. Avoid walking into any of them shots. And avoid getting yourself pinned up against the ropes like you're doing there. And Cullen doesn't do that, so he goes and meets him in the middle to get into a clinch. It's been an interesting opening round. I like what I'm seeing from Cullen so far. Excuse me, so far. That's what that does. But yeah, Cullen back on the back foot. So interesting. I expected Cullen to come in and just meet fire with fire, to be honest with you. So he's not doing that. He's doing a good job tucking up, landing some good shots as well. So I like what I see. It's not really anything major being landed by him though. Kind of a lot of these jabs are blocking the gloves. Cullen going to sleep in 4. You think I do worry? Whoa, I do worry about Cullen because he does leave himself a little bit exposed like that there, and you do wonder if some of them shots land, what kind of effect is it going to have? Cullen has a decent chin, I think it's fair to say. What's the guy's arm reach? I don't know what it is, but it's definitely, I would reckon, between 77 to 79. It's long, or arm reach is different. That's reach. Arm reach, I'd say, is about 23, 24, maybe a bit more. Definitely got long arms in there. There's Jack Cullen showing trailer for the Matrix. When's the new Matrix out? They're showing a trailer for it. Tough as nails. Face tattoos, everyone. Yeah. Wait. Thoughts on the thoughts on the North Face tattoos, everyone. I thought you said tough as nails. I was like, he is. The Matrix Resurrected, 22nd of December. Anyone going to see that? Let me know how it goes. Any movie I'm unsure about, I always ask someone to look at it first. So, first round, I gave that round to Jack Cullen. Thought he done all right in that round. His opponent didn't land much. You know, I can see what he's trying to do, but he just didn't land much for me. It's a wonder that Darren Barkin actually won a world title. He beat Daniel Geale. Daniel Geale was never one of the strongest, but you gotta beat the guy in front of you. He did win a world title. He lost it to Sturm instantly, if I remember correctly. I think it was Sturm anyway. Yeah. Cullen needs to put a bit more spite in that jab. It looks like he's pawing with it to just keep the guy away from him. Heads came very close there. Yeah. Good body shot from Jack Cullen. Really trying to wrap, but you see, getting caught with returning fire there. I can see what he's trying to do. He's getting up against the ropes. He's trying to throw some hard shots to the body. But when he's doing that, he's getting caught. You know, he's leaving himself too open as they get into a clinch. So referee breaks them up. I'd be saying to Cullen, put a bit more spite in that jab. He's throwing it, but he's just kind of flicking it, almost like an arm punch. You gonna watch Jake live? Nah, man. I was considering it. I would have considered doing it if it had been Tommy, but not for Tyron Woodley. I'll probably do a review in the morning, but doesn't have the same intrigue to me. This is messy, and the heads are coming very close together again. Like the referee getting in there, those heads are coming very close. To be expected, of course, if you're the shorter guy, you're kind of gonna tuck your head in, but he's tucking that right down. But yeah, Cullen definitely needs to put a bit more authority on that jab. You want to keep this guy away from you. It's all well and good to keep him at arm's length, that's fine, but really step into that jab, get full rotation, plant that front foot down, and really try and crank into that jab. That'll keep him off you. But yeah, no, if I'd shout out to Sean Hughes Boxing, Ethan G, big up to Sean. Has a nice little channel himself. Go over there and give that a look. But we're into the second round, and again, like I like what I'm seeing from Cullen as far, and thank you, appreciate that, Iceman. 33, what's that say? 33,333 trees. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you, my man. Shout out to Iceman every time. I could see Jack Cullen getting walked into a counter at some stage. He is just, see, he's tucking up a bit now up on the ropes. But when he's opening up on the opponent, he's leaving himself so open to be countered. So open. And I just wonder, will one of them left hooks land on Jack Cullen? And when they do, could be in a bit of trouble. He's putting a lot into them body shots, but they're not really having any success as of yet. And looking a bit uncomfy there in the clinch. Just a little bit. Yeah, definitely looking a bit uncomfy. You're going to ragdoll a bit in this clinch, actually. And ooh, misses with the shot there. Cullen lands a right-handed return. He gets back on jabbing. Nice little combination to end this round, though, to be fair, has to be said. And I would give that round, I'd edge it to Jack Cullen. I'll edge that round slightly to Jack Cullen. But Iceman, appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Whatever I make from tonight's stream, I'll use it to buy more of these for the next one. You know? And don't worry, I've got another bottle stashed for the main event in the fridge. Just in case. Just in case. But this has been a messy couple of rounds. Like, look, they're showing a replay of it here. The heads are coming perilously close together. Very close together. And see, like there, right? They're so close in the clinch that the minute both guys try anything, the head, like they're literally, as they're punching, the heads are moving, they're coming together and they're hitting. So, is that a cut? It's not bleeding, but there's a gash literally there under the right eye of Cullen. It's not bleeding as of yet. They want to stem that if it is very quickly. It's an accidental clash of heads. You won't go to the scorecards till 4 rounds. So they want to get that. Yeah, that's why it's important to actually get these rounds in the bank now for Jack Cullen, just in case. Worst comes to worst. Very messy again on the inside. Very sloppy. Cullen again. This is the right hand. Tries to keep it at range, but lands a body shot with Turbo's opponent there, trying to land the right hands again. You have a free arm. You can use that until Cullen ends up tying up a big puncher and an exposed chin. Yeah, I can see that. That's what I said last round. I can see that happening. To be fair, I can see it coming. I like Jack Cullen as a fighter. He's tough and he's a gritter. He's a grinder. But I can see him getting walked onto something sooner or later. I can see that happening for definite. 102 in the building. If you could smash the like button, I'd really appreciate that as well. Again, missing with some shots there. Tried to throw an uppercut, didn't land, and now we're back into a clinch. Now, the free, I didn't see any issue there. The referee was using his free hand. You're allowed to do that, but referee breaks them up. And Cullen's just not stamping any authority, and he's not really hitting this guy, Sejeho, with anything to really keep him off. Kevin Sejeho, I think his name is. He's not really hitting. Oh, some shots land in there. Cullen wants to be careful because he is exposed as all hell there to some of them shots that are coming in. They get into a clinch now. Cullen backed up against the ropes. Needs to be careful. Needs to be looking out for the body because his opponent's going to be trying to land them. But very exposed is that chin of Cullen. Very exposed. That is just asking to be tagged. Good body shot. That seemed to hurt Cullen a little bit there. He definitely backed up a little bit when he took that body shot. It was just right on the belt line. Definitely a Sejeho round as far. Definitely. Let your hair down, G man, and get large bottles. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. That's what the two super chats I'm getting are going to do. They're going to get the large bottles of Lucozade. That's what we'll do. Again, missing with the overhand and into a clinch. Cullen to me is looking uncomfy in there. I don't know if other people are seeing that, but to me he looks a little bit uncomfy in there after 3 rounds. He's not really been hit with anything major that I would say like, oh, worrying or anything like that. But I think the pressure is starting to kind of get to. I don't want to say get to him, but I think he's starting to feel the pressure in there. I won't say it's getting to him, but he's definitely feeling it. And yeah, that was a nipping kind of tuck round. How do you guys have it in the chat after 3? As they used to say to Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3? Okay, Jim, I got it. 88, 87. How do you guys have it in the chat? Let me know. So let me know in the chat how you guys all have it. Be interesting to see Andy Lee backstage there being interviewed ahead of this fight. So it's going to be interesting to see the work Andy Lee does with Joe Parker. Because it's a full camp this time. It's not like the first fight where it was a quick kind of sudden move. We're getting a full camp with Andy Lee. This show has been poor. I haven't seen the ins and outs of it, but it promised so much. It really did. It promised an awful lot this show. It really did. I was upset that we're seeing Watsy on the presenting team and we're not seeing him in there against name of the guy. You know who I'm on about. As we go into the 4th round. How do you guys have it after 3? We just check there. We go into this round. Have we got this round? What's that say? The guys are just in a clinch now, so I'll just read this real quick. This round I called the 4th round. Yes, you did call it in this round. Let's see how this goes. Again with the heads, he's having a go at pitting around the back of the head this round. The referee is. It's bit when they get in the inside, it is a little bit on the messy side. I will admit to that. I will admit to that. Call him bleeding. No, don't think so. Anyway, it looked like he was bleeding there at one stage. Again, he's not hitting this guy with anything that's making him kind of stop and think or stop in his tracks. It just seems like he's ready to happy to walk through anything to land his own. And those every single time he throws them hooks, I kind of cringe a bit for Cullen because I just think you're so exposed to them shots, mate. You really are. You really need to have your chin down because Cullen's not really being able to put a dent in this guy from what I can see anyway. And this guy's some good shots there, backs Cullen up again the ropes. And this guy seems heavy-handed, quite heavy-handed. And interesting, Cullen's thrown more but landed less. Interesting. 117 for Cullen, 103 for Sajeho, 43 landed for him, 36 for Cullen. Just 36. It seems though he's landed more than that, but still really struggling to stamp any kind of authority. A lot of these shots are actually getting blocked. That's Cullen. No, there we go. That's a bit of success. Oh, good left hook from Cullen lands in there on the ropes. Now that's a bit of success. Now try and follow it up with that. It was a nice little left hook he landed up again the ropes with his opponent there. Didn't really seem to phase me too much, but at least you can follow on from that. Get a couple of pints of Stella. I don't like Stella, mate. I have tried it. Not really for me. If I am drinking beer, it's Moretti's. I like them, but yeah, I don't like Stella, mate. Not for me. Not for me. I know in the UK, like you guys love it over there. You get it like on taps in every pub over there, but it's pretty difficult to get it on a tap over here, actually. But I don't like Stella anyway, so not really for me. Uh, Thinking this might pan out like Daz Aziz, Jose Burton. Well, Jose Burton took a shellacking before that fight ended. Cullen's been having a lot more success than Burton did as far. But this guy, he is very reckless with the head, I will say. And I don't, he's not doing it intentionally. He's trying to get inside, and you could say it's a risk you take when you're doing that. But he is very reckless with that head. That head is coming in all sorts of ways. As we go into round 5. So straight out of the gate is Jack Cullen. Opening up this round a little bit like how he opened up the first round, a good bit stronger than the previous. The enemy clinch in the center of the ring. This guy is happy to be in close range. Happy to have Jack Cullen come to him. Now he's starting to work his own jab action. Landed that jab on Jack. Oh, the right hand. Every time this guy swings up and throws a right hand. I'd have it 2 rounds apiece, mate. He was asking who's winning. I'd say it's even Steven. I gave Cullen the first 2. I gave the opponent the last 2. So I'd say even Steven. In this round, it's only been just under a minute. Not much to gauge as of yet, anyway. Cullen's really just trying to keep him at bay with the jab, but this guy is coming in, and swinging. Every time he swings, I just kind of wince and just think that's getting closer and closer. The referee is breaking them. Yeah, 2 apiece is about right. Good compared, similar to the way fighting to Burton. Yeah, Jose Burton was beyond. Oh, good shot. Cullen took that. And they try and fight on the inside. Cullen walked into that. I think that might have just swung this round in favor of the opponent. Saggio. But Cullen back up now, to be fair. Back up. Cullen back throwing shots now. So he's regrouping. Jack Cullen, though, he is. Oh, another shot lands in. Oh, and another one misses. But Cullen very open. That's what I said about Cullen before. Very sloppy defense. Not much defense at all. Gee, man, you want the bag? Definitely not, man. Definitely not. Cullen eating some bombs. Yeah. I think he's going to go soon. I think at some stage one of them is just going to land bang on the chin. That's going to be it. To be fair, he is returning fire, but they just don't seem to be having any effect at all. I know Cullen's not noted as being a devastating puncher or anything like that, but he's not really seeming to be able to put a dent in this guy. And this guy throwing bombs. Another right hand lands in. I wonder if European level is a bridge too far. It does make you wonder what level Yildirim was at, because Cullen took care of him, no issues, and this is for a European title. So it shows that Yildirim is probably, Jesus, don't even want to think about that. But this guy here would probably beat Yildirim, to be fair. Yildirim is pretty poor. Cullen finishing the round all right, but then takes a couple of body shots in return. But definitely, I think Cullen's the writing's on the wall for Cullen at this stage. I think it's only a case of when, not if. I really do. I think it's a case of when, not if, with this guy. Get the white towel ready. We're not quite there yet. Cullen is hitting gloves. He is. You see, he's trying his best to, when he gets up close, he's trying his best to let body shots go. They're not landing on anything. They're literally just hitting gloves. He's not putting a dent in him. He has got through with a couple of shots, but they haven't really seemed to phase him. And see that left hook that lands right there. That was a good shot. Might have been a right hook actually, but it was a great shot nonetheless. And Cullen is just so open to be encountered. It's crazy. He's absolutely no defense to speak of. So that's why I think he is going to get absolutely leveled at some stage at one of these shots. Leveled. So he needs to just tighten up that defense. Or if he's looking to get his shots going, try and get him off as quick as you can and take the step out before you end up getting countered or hit. Getting leveled here with shots. Straight away he gets hit with a left hook. Or a right hook, I should say. This guy, I think, is southpaw, isn't he? I think he might be actually southpaw, this guy. Goes up again the ropes, but Cullen again, none of these shots are really getting through. He's hitting nothing but gloves. He's just throwing the shots and they're hitting gloves. He's pushing his opponent back. Nice little bit of work there, but again, it's just I think what's going to happen is that he is just going to get broke down because he's getting hit way too much. Like Cullen is throwing, we'll say 5 or 6 shots, and really hardly any of them are getting through, and he's getting hit by right hands, left hooks. Just one eye-catching shot is all this guy is landing at a time, and it's all he needs to. Oh, there we go. Cullen down from a body shot. That looked like it hurt as well. I think that might be it. Is he going to get up? Is he? Yes, he does. But that to me, right, and he waves it off. Really? Okay, well, no. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that was a good shot, and that was that. Good body shot. Cullen, to me, I was thinking he's not that bad, but no, he was. I mean, fair credit to Cullen, he got up, but yes, he went straight back down. That looked like it hurt. You know when you see a body shot and you're just like, that looked like it hurt. That did look like it hurt. I'd be interested to see a replay of that. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. And he's doing push-ups. This guy, he's doing push-ups in there. My man. I want to see this shot because even watching that live, that looks sore. So I can only imagine what this is going to look like in replay. Cullen is still down, yeah. I'm surprised he got up from that, to be honest with you. The referee did the right thing stopping that fight. That looked really painful. Jack Cullen, he just was outclassed in there. He was throwing shots but not landing. You know, I mean, I could see what he was trying to do, but he just wasn't able to implement it. Keep him at range when he gets close. The North Face tattoo. I see what you mean now. I only noticed that there. Why does he have North Face tattoo? I only see what he means now. Why would you tattoo that on yourself? I've seen some weird ones, but that's yeah. But I'm okay. Here we go. Let's have a look at this replay. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looked like it. Oh yeah. Oh boy, that looked like it hurt. Right through, right underneath the arm. Ouch. That looked painful. I'm surprised he got up from that, to be honest with you. No, I'm surprised he got up from that. Jesus, that looked painful. And watching that in real time, as soon as I seen it go, oh Jesus, that looks sore. Like them body shots, whatever about headshots, when you see a good body shot, you just wince because you know they felt that. Yeah, that looked painful, man. Painful. Perfect shot. Uh, when's Chisora next? I'd imagine. What time is it? It is 10 o'clock. I would say we're probably looking at maybe give or take 15, 20 minutes. Just because I think they banked on, they probably do it in like, they probably have this pencil down about 10:30 or something like that. So I'd imagine they're going to get the guys probably just warming up now, so they're probably going to get into the ring. Yeah, yeah, probably 10:30. I think they kind of take these things into account. So probably earliest time for both guys to be there is about 10:30, I would imagine. So the fact that this is ended early, I don't think much. Yeah, like Chisora's not even gloved up yet. So yeah, I'd imagine 10:30. 10:30 is what I'd say. Ribs or solar plex. It looked like it was just below the rib cage. Crowd is moist. LOL. I seen some of the people Eddie Hearn has in there. I seen he has that Sky Nicholson one in there. He just signed her. Whatever about her being a boxer, I'll keep an eye on her nonetheless. Definitely keep an eye on her nonetheless. See how her career goes. But yeah, both guys are just warming up. So I would imagine that we are looking likely to be about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'd say we're about 20 minutes off ring walk, I would say. And I don't think there's any like little card fillers. You know the way they do that? They get some of the guys, the little prospects or up and coming debutants in a 4 rounder or something like that. They put them on. Shame we didn't see Bawatsi versus Vlasov. Yeah, I really would have liked that. That fight would have been brilliant. Just to see, just to see that fight would have been amazing to watch. I really would have liked to have seen that. I think Vlasov would have won. I really do. I think he would have been just way too big, way too strong. Uh, doing it only 4 p.m. here. It's only 4 p.m. where you are, man. It's nearly 10:30 here. Well, it's 10. It's about quarter past 10 here now. So you just don't know how good you have it over there. The trauma we have to do just to watch some of these fights, wake up or stay up, either or. Like I stayed up for the Fury Wilder fight, and boy was that hard. That was not easy. It was not easy at all. But opponent really showing a lot of respect there, Jack Cullen, fair play. So I reckon we're going to see a bit of build-up videos now for Parker versus Chisora too. So it's going to be interesting. We'll have a look see at this. So it's going to be you seen Viterbia Brown. Yeah, done a review on it. Thought it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. Watched it without knowing the result, which is always better. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought that Brown did what I expected. He'd be a bit kind of fiddly early on, but ultimately, the power and the composure, because how composed was Arthur Beterbiev told in the end. It definitely did. So that's what I saw from that. It was a good scrap nonetheless. It was a very good scrap. I enjoyed the fight throughout. Beterbiev is an excellent fighter. He's still very useful. He still has a lot left in the tank. I just worry because it's an eye injury, because it looks a bit on the deep side. Well, it's not eye, but it's a cut above the top of the head. I wonder how long that's going to take to heal. And will it require stitches? Will it require surgery? I hope not, personally. I hope that heals, no issues, and he's out again sometime, in the middle of next year. But I do worry that might take a little bit of time to heal, maybe 6, 7, 8 months. And Materbiev he already missed weight first time for this fight, not by much, but I reckon he's tightened up at that weight. So we'll need to see how it is. Like Carl Froch, too big, too strong. Yeah, too big, too strong. Carl the battered onion rings Froch. That's what I'll always call him. Looking forward to see if Parker has a bit more different mentality. Now he's been working with Lee for a while. Yeah, I've kind of just. I always say it. I think this will be the fight. I think this will be the fight. I don't know anymore. I'm just kind of sick of just thinking, show me something, show me something, show me something. It's the same thing over and over again. So I hope Andy Lee has done something. I hope Andy Lee has brought something out of him because he's got so much talent, as Joseph Parker. He does. Like, to look at him, you'll get why I'd be so frustrated with him because you see this talented fighter who has so much potential, and he just seems to just let it go, let it be. Ah, if I lose, I lose. I'm happy enough. It's like, no, mate, you can do a lot better than that. You can do much better than that. What are some of these? I love your WTF happen to and the career reviews. Yeah, I love doing them. They're good fun. It's fun to look at people's careers, and yeah, I'll get more of them in the new year. Have no fear. So the WTF is the deal. It's kind of like a little just snippet of a fighter's career who's currently active and not really knowing what's going on. Whereas WTFs tend to be fighters at the end of their careers. In fact, I don't think I've ever. I think I've done Kovalev. He's pretty much done. I've done Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Mike Tyson, Wilder, and Pricey. All pretty much done at this stage. So yeah, they're good fun to do, man. They are good fun to do. They're just time consuming. They are just time consuming, but they are good fun to do. I enjoy doing them. But how is the Prebellum card going? Has anyone got any results in from the card that's on Prebellum? Because I haven't been seeing that at all lately, at all this evening. So, be interested to see how that goes. Shout out to Addy on presenting duty for the zone. So, I went from Maya Jama, Lord of Woods, and now to Addy. So, God almighty, that's crazy. But I'm delighted for him. He is a good presenter. He's a very good presenter. And Zulu Ramirez is fighting tonight. He's fighting Yoneski Gonzalez. What the fuck happened to Gary Russell Jr.? He's unachieved, like Demetrius Andre. Well, see, Demetrius Andre is actually active, and he's a two-weight world champion. Whereas Gary Russell Jr. is just, I mean, what do you even say? Like, I mean, he's not fought. It'd be nearly 2 years since he fought, and since 2014, he's fought once every year. It's just not. I just think that's ridiculous. Absolutely. I know he's got injuries with his hands and all that, but nevertheless, oh man. And you can kind of see why, because like those PBC fighters, I heard some of the purse they'd be getting for just routine defenses, and they're getting over 1 million like per fight. So if you're Gary Russell Jr. and you know defend your title against such and such, you get like 1.3 million, and then you do it again the next year and you get the same. You, I know like there's bigger paydays, but like if you're someone who's happy to just pick it up, where's the initiative to go and make those fights? If it's like, hang on a sec, I can fight once a year and get 1 million quid each year. Why don't I just do that instead of defending and unifying and I might get like 3 million, or I could fight this guy, and get 1 million and a bit for each. Well, I'll just fight this guy, easier fights. Gary Russell was talented, that underachieved. Wilder with his limited skills overachieved. That's a fair way of looking at it. I mean, Russell, look at how he did against Lomachenko compared to others. If you take Teofimo Lopez out of the equation, I mean, look how good. I know he lost that fight and he lost it clearly, but he done very well against Lomachenko in comparison to others who subsequently faced Lomachenko, who haven't beaten him. So there's definitely skill and ability there. G-man, we want to do. I will get to that. That is one of the top. That's one of the guys at the top of my list. Is Adrian Broner. Where do you start with Broner? But yes, he is one of the guys on top of my list in the new year for a WTF. Might be one of the first. Might be one of the first. But yes, he is there. What time's the main start? I reckon about 10:30. Gary Russell has a fight in January, but good to see him back. I always enjoy his fight. Don't get me wrong, he's a fun fighter to watch. I do enjoy watching him. I just wish he'd fight a little bit more. Leo Santa Cruz named his last kid Al after Al Heyman. Yeah, man. I mean, since when did you ever see fighters leave Al Heyman? And the fighters who have left Al Heyman, they want to go back to him. I mean, do you remember it was Vanis Martirosyan who said Al Heyman was the best manager he ever had, and oh, he's dead now. Andre Ward used to be promoted by him. Oh, what's his name? I can't think of his name. That's going to annoy me now. Andre Ward was promoted by him. He's dead now. What's his flipping name? No, escapes me. Goosen, Joe Goosen. I think that was his name. I think that was his name. He said he was the best promoter he ever had, and they were all kind of interlinked with PBC. So he signed with Don King, so he knew all about it. After that, what the difference between the two is. Big up, G man. Smash the thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Goosen. No, it wasn't Duva. It was Goosen. I knew it wasn't Duva. I was thinking Duva came into my mind. I don't know why, but it was definitely Goosen. Was it Joe Goosen or Dan Goosen or one of them? Your Mike Tyson career review, especially the question mark about the missing tape. Oh, you mean about the fight with Larry Sims? Yeah, Parker getting warmed up. Oh, interestingly, he's not using fly, he's using them patent sport gloves. That's interesting. Peeps, I want to just pop this off for 1 second. I want to just grab something. Okay, we back. We back. I just wanted to grab something to drink. That's literally where I was. Yay. And there we go. Just wanted to get something to drink. So we're back. So what time is it now? It's 25 past 10. So I reckon it'd be soon enough. We'll get this fight underway. What place in Ireland do you live? Just wondering. I'm from Swords in Dublin. So if anyone knows that, you'll know where. So I'm sure if anyone's from Dublin, they know where Swords is. So that's where I'm from, man. Zelfa Barrett won't win a world title. Um, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, like stranger things have happened, and there've been a lot worse who have. So I wouldn't imagine Zelfa will win a world title, but you can never say never. Eddie Hearn with Ade and Harley, old Harley Quinn. It's the day. I'm trying to lip read when you have the commentary down, and you can't hear anything. What's that saying? Ben opponents criteria: semi-retired, into their 30s, last decent win. Yeah, they really are. See, they're milking Conor Ben. My family are from Coolock. Yeah, Coolock's not too far from Dublin or from Swords. Are you showing the live fight tonight? No, man. It's a watch along. So there won't be any fight footage, I'm afraid, mate, because I don't want to get this channel shut down with a copyright strike. So it's literally just a watch along, man. It is literally just a watch along. So you're more than welcome to join if you don't like the commentary, but we won't be showing no fight footage. I should have actually put that in the description. I normally do that, but I forgot to this time. No worries, Pete. Come on, Del Boy. It could be true. I've heard a lot of Mexican fighters have incorrect records. Yeah, well, mate, like, how many fighters do you know from Mexico turn pro at like a really, really young age? And how many of them fight? I well believe it. Like, I mean, so many of those fights that happen in Mexico, do they even happen? Like, for example, right, you look at Christopher Lovejoy. I haven't mentioned him in a while, but he had all his fights bar one in Tijuana. I don't for 1 second believe a lot of them fights even took place. I don't doubt for 1 second some of them fights ever even took place. They're just getting Del Boy ready, War Chisora going on, the bandana going on. Okay, so I'd say we're a few minutes away from ring walk time. Yeah, it's up next. Okay, so it's up next. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, did that guy go down tonight against Jordan? Forgot the names. I didn't see that fight, so I don't know. I didn't see the Jordan Thompson fight or the Rihanna Dixon fight or the Nieka fight. I heard Nieka. Shout out to Tony with the super chat. Appreciate that, man. Much respect, G man, and the chat. Stop by to show support and hit the like button. 100% just got off work. Salute, man. Salute. You got off work just in time for the boxing, man. Just in time for the boxing. So this is like the last DAZN card for the year, isn't it? So I'm definitely going to be doing a review of DAZN after, like, probably next week at some stage, just before Christmas, because Hearn promised us game changed. Has the game been changed? Well, I'll be answering that question in my opinion and what I think needs to happen. But I'll definitely be doing a review of DAZN and things I would expect in 2022, and hopefully maybe Ade might show it to Eddie, and maybe he might implement some of them. I would hope so, because I reckon there's a lot that can still happen at DAZN, and I'm talking about just in general, from a general sense, just from a fan's point of view. So you never know. Looks good in there though. Looks like a full house. What I'm hoping for is that Chisora, like, I've really no stake in the race. I hope for a good fight. But I think Parker will win. I'm hoping that the crowd will fire up Chisora a little bit more, because he does tend to feed off the crowd. Now, he tends to have more of a kind of following in London as opposed to Manchester, but I'd imagine a lot of them would have made the journey up from Manchester. So I still just can't get over Parker being 251. This is going to be interesting to see how this goes in the first round. I think Lovejoy have sanctioned sparring in Mexico. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all. Like gym fights that go on the record as a pro fight. I mean, like, I'm telling you now, man. I've seen some. If you go on Box Rec and you look at some guys' resumes and you see where they fought, and you see some of the things Box Rec have listed for them, you just wonder, are these even fights? Like, I remember looking at Prince Patel, and he had a fight in Egypt, and it says on Box Rec the first round was 5 minutes. It went 5 minutes. What? As far as I'm concerned, that fight should be thrown out. Why are you having a 5 minute first round? And then he was able to stop him at the second. So you look at these, and the guy was garbage. But you look at these, and you just think, like, are these even like legit fights? Like, I mean, like, they're letting rounds go for 5 minutes, really? Dixon bullied that little girl tonight, poor card. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see Rihanna Dixon. I think Rihanna Dixon's an excellent little fighter. I think she's very good. She's one to watch. No power though. Absolutely no punching power from what I can see. So we'll need to see how that goes. Here we go, man. Ring walk time. Chisora. He always tends to walk to the ring with the Eagles. Hotel California. I love that song. It's a great little tune. The Eagles. Hotel California. Prince Patel. States in like 5 minutes. Starts in like 5 minutes. Starting now, yeah, literally getting the ring walks ready. There's a fight out there, Vince Patel fighting some guy in a high school. Yeah, I seen that as well. I mean, some fighters do that. They go out to Hungary and they just bring a couple of grand because you can pay to get on them cards. But you could if you went out to Hungary with about 2 grand with no amateur background, you could easily come back 4-0. They'll literally just grab someone, give them a bit of money, and then there you go. G man with the knowledge. G man with the knowledge. Yeah, because I like that song by the Eagles. I listen to that when I run sometimes, and I know Del Boy uses it. So, what's that? Thanks for all your content, mate. Helped keep me sane this year, man. Even doing these videos helped keep me sane. I'm not feeling critical tonight, just cynical tonight. Just come on, Del Boy. Why not? Yeah, why not, man? It'd be nice to see Chisora get like a marquee kind of win like that. I mean, like his probably best win is Takam. It would be nice to see him. Katie Taylor won't get no gift decision against Serrano. She could easily get stopped. I think Katie Taylor's there for the taking, man. I'd be picking Amanda Serrano to beat Katie Taylor. I think she's ready to be taken. I really do. She's not looked good for a while now. She's not really looked good since before the first Pursuit fight. She hasn't looked good since then. Just subscribed. Enjoy listening. The knowledge. Let's go, Del Boy. Man, big up. Thank you. There's anyone who's just joined. If you think I'm showing the fight, apologies. I'm not. But feel free to stay tuned though for the watch along and the post fights. We do enjoy doing this. What's Roy Parker uses Roy Jones, doesn't he, when he goes to the ring? He walks to the ring to Roy Jones, Can't Be Touched. I don't really like that song. I think Roy Jones as a rapper was not really my thing. But that's normally what Parker goes to the ring as. Roy Jones Can't Be Touched. Come on, Parker, to knock down and win. Coin on Parker to knock down and win, to get knocked down and win. Could easily see it happening, man. Happened already. Patel is actually ranked in the top 10 of of the sanctioned bodies. Mad, man. That's what a lot of people do. That's the kind of way. See, that's the flipping problem with all these little tricky titles. You know, that's the problem, is that like you could get someone like Prince Patel who shouldn't be anywhere near a sanctioned body's top 10, but if you give him a little tricky title, defend it 3 or 4 times, you've grown. You can defend against nobody's, but you'll just grow. Oh, you're defending, and before you know it, you've got a voluntary or you've got a mandatory. It's crazy. It's a beautiful thing to watch Parker let his hands go. When he lets his hands go, Katie will lose soon. Yeah, I think she will. Yeah, Prince Patel and Coogan. And you just know whenever he interviews Patel, Tyen Boot is just sat there, echo falls in hand. Yes. You see, that's the thing with Umar. Umar just embraces the trolling. That's why Tyen Boot doesn't really go for Umar that much anymore, because he just embraces it. Coogan really gets, stop saying that. That's why he keeps doing it. Whereas Umar just embraces it. He thinks it's funny. What time is the fight starting? Literally should be starting, I'd say, in the next 5 minutes. Parker's about to do his ring walk. So once he does his ring walk, they shouldn't be doing any national anthems, I wouldn't imagine. Some places do, but once Parker does his ring walk now, we're talking about 5 minutes, probably less. Yeah, Umar, IFL, Umar. So, fight starting soon, lads. I'm more intrigued for this fight than the last one. I didn't watch the last one live, but I'm intrigued. Intrigued for this one. Could be good. Could be good. I'm hoping. Wonder what Parker's entrance is. Is it Roy Jones? Someone's gonna have to tell me in the comment section. I'm surprised he's using Paffin Sport gloves though. He normally uses Fly. I wonder, is there an issue with the because I said that before, didn't I? The WBC won't sanction any bouts with Fly gloves anymore. And I wonder if that's an issue. Because Paffin Sport gloves are garbage. I don't like them at all. I didn't see what gloves Chisora has. But Paffin Sport are like, they're popular kind of in East Europe. Parker's weight, help or hindrance? Like, for me, mate, personally, I've said this for a long time. I like Parker in the 230s. I think that's when he's at his best. But he's in the high or mid 240s. He plods a lot more. He doesn't quite look as sharp. So for me, I think it's a hindrance. But Andy Lee has worked with him. This is a full camp. Maybe he feels this will benefit him. I don't know. I could be completely off. He could come out here and absolutely steamroll Chisora. But I just feel that it could be a hindrance. I really do. But we'll wait and see. This could be the best Parker we've ever seen. So I could be made to eat my words. But I just feel Parker in the 230s is better than the Parker in the 240s. And well, we'll have to wait and see. 250s, God knows. But both guys are in the ring. I can't believe that was in the 250s. I just never thought I'd see Joe Parker in the 250s. Does Tyen know the YB called him out? I don't know. I don't really watch YB, to be honest. I didn't see it, but someone will mention that to him in his next live. I've no doubt. I have no doubt. He might even do a live after this. He normally does the lives for the fights, after the fights. Like, yeah, shout out to G Man Boxing for the super chat. Where's the piss ball? It's over there, mate. Best 15 quid I ever spent for those 3 intros. Best 15 quid I ever spent for those 3 intros. Staying for another live for the Paul. Nah, I'm not doing a live for that one. I'm gonna watch that probably in the morning. I would have probably done a live had it been Tommy Fury. I would have probably just sold it on. But nah, man. I'm not as invested in a Woodley rematch as I was. I was looking forward to that Tommy Fury fight. I was like proper like, yep. I might have even paid. No, I wouldn't have paid for it because I would have had to have my head constantly over there. So I would have probably had to watch it some other way. Um, you know. But yeah, I would definitely have watched that fight. It looks like Parker's been lifted a lot more weight. Like he doesn't look as he's never been chiseled, but for the extra weight, he doesn't seem any more fleshy. Certainly not to my knowledge. So it looks like they've put a lot of weight on from the weight room. Zudu fighting on the zone later, yeah, against Ernesto Gonzalez. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that's an eliminator because Gonzalez hasn't been looking great in years since he lost to Jean Pascal. Yeah, Chisora using the grants. He normally uses Fly as well, so they're not using Fly. Fly are brilliant glove by the way. But yeah, Zudu lost to Gonzalez in 2015. He lost. He didn't actually lose though. If you ever watched that fight, he won that fight, but didn't get the decision. Shout out to G Man Boxing. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be fun to watch. Now I'm getting a bit excited for this. Some bro not staying up, but we'll try and find it in the morning. I bet on Parker. It's reliable. I haven't done any bets for this fight. I haven't put any money on it. Chisora, 32, 11, and 23 KOs. Chisora is proof that the O means. I mean, if this fight was on Sky pay per view, wouldn't it have been? It would have been. They would have done it on pay per view. 11 losses, back to back losses, still on pay per view. Good to see, no masks. Oh, thank God. Thank God. They are just. Thank God for that. Thank God. You can see their faces, the happy faces. But yeah, let's see how this fight goes. Yeah, Joseph Parker definitely doesn't look any fleshier. Certainly not for my money. I was worried about that. Like, would he be carrying extra weight around the midriff? He looked the same as always, just a bit more muscly. So he's definitely been lifting a lot more. Is Joseph Parker going to come out Kronk style? That's what I'm wondering. Got 500 on just. Oh wow, man, you're going to get a nice return if that comes true. This is going to be interesting. Andy Lee with a full camp. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Parker looks bigger around the shoulders. Yeah, I noticed that too. There's a broader. Now the shoulders will carry some. That does help with power. I remember hearing stories about Max Baer when he was a kid. He used to lug fish around, and that definitely helped the kind of shoulder region grow, which is one of the reasons why people believe he was such a good puncher. If they try it, gonna be epic. It is gonna be. I'm actually getting a little bit excited for this. Let's see. Touch gloves and here we go, people. Here we go. 107 in the build, 110 in the building. If you could on the way in, smash the like button. We're about to get ready. Dave Colwell is dwarfed by Dereck Chisora. Let's go. Let's see how we go. Let's see, Parker looks focused in this fight. He does. All right, here we go. Let's see. Parker out immediately on asserting himself with the jab. Chisora, throwing some shots in there. Chisora with the cross arm defense, a bit like what Foreman used to do. But Parker instantly comes out on the jab, but throwing some big shots early on. Chisora able to see them coming. But Parker looks big in there, lads. He looks big. Chisora with that cross arm defense as a set. Parker looking to get some shots in. You know, just waiting. Not doing anything at this minute in time. Actually, just standing in the center of the ring. Chisora's not doing anything. Parker throwing it, misses with a jab and into a clinch. Chisora throws some body shots in there whilst in the clinch with the free hand and tries to maul Parker. Maybe that's what Parker's worried about, being tied up in the clinch and not having the strength to keep him at bay. Parker again, just staying at range, staying on the outside, looking to get the jab working, but just fainting at the minute. He's not doing anything. Throws the jab, but into a clinch again. Chisora again, targeting the body of Joseph Parker, which I tell you, if Parker starts to tire up and this weight starts to become a factor, those body shots will pay dividends. Chisora have been wrestling Caldwell. I was thinking of something there when I seen him take Chisora's top off, but I didn't say it. Chisora now using his own jab on Parker, and Parker saw some good shots, making Chisora miss, swinging wildly. Remember, it was the first round last time where Parker was dropped by Chisora, actually, and Chisora with a body shot. Parker with a jab. So not as aggressive as I kind of expected Parker to be, but maybe he's just having a look in this first round, being a bit cagey. Looks noticeably bigger in the shoulder region. Oh, great shot from Parker. I thought Chisora was hurt there. Okay, never mind. Landed a right hand. The way Chisora was angled there, it looked like he was hurt, but it was still a good right hand nevertheless that got in from Parker. It was a good right hand. For some reason, this fight has the makings of a knockout. I don't know why. It just has that feeling in the air. Parker again. I'm not saying he's not doing much. He's backed up against the ropes now. Just waiting before he throws. And Chisora on the inside. Chisora still seems to have a good bit of strength there. Yeah, Parker should piss this. He does look to be more in control than he was first time around. Chisora missing. And Parker, good first round for Joseph Parker, definitely. Throws a couple of jabs there on Dereck Chisora. Chisora not really able to do anything really in this round. He had a couple of body shots in the clinch, but for the most part, Parker, he's sitting down on them shots a lot more than he usually does. You can see that. So Andy Lee, for the most part, I'm happy with what I've seen in that round from Parker. Maybe would have liked to see him be a bit more aggressive, I have to say, if you want a little complaint. But it was a good first round. Better than the first round in the last fight. So it was a good first round from Joe Parker, definitely. So, interesting. Parker looking for the KO this fight. Yep, definitely. You get that impression that he is. He definitely looks to be a lot more. He's still holding back a bit, but he is letting them shots go early. So Andy Lee in the corner. So I said, that's the one thing I was worried about, that it was just Andy Lee has a calming voice. I was wondering, did Parker need that, or did he need something loud? There's the right hand I saw. Now, Chisora looks like he did feel that, but the way he backed up, he definitely felt that. No, he definitely felt that right hand Parker land. Definitely. All right, second round we go. I see Chisora using his own jab early on. Parker looking to counter with some hooks. So very good round for Joseph. Oh, that's a good shot from Chisora landed in. Hit Parker right in the chin there. Let's see how he took it well. And backed up again. The ropes back into a clinch. A right hand from Chisora went in there, and it definitely landed on Parker. Chisora is more a clubbing puncher. He'll just kind of bludgeon you down with shots. There's definitely a bit of heaviness in them shots as well from Chisora. He seems to be hitting harder with age. It's bizarre. He's hitting harder now. He's punching more correct now than he used to, and misses with an overhand right. The same overhand that dropped Parker in the first fight misses there this time. Chisora mount open already, which is a bit of a worry. If he's and again misses with a right hand, but don't care how big Parker is. If he gets hit with one of them shots swinging like that, he'll know all about it. But some good shots and a good left hook on the inside, and Chisora moving his head, bobbing and weaving. Parker definitely is a lot more. I haven't seen Parker this game in a while. He's throwing some good shots in there. I haven't seen him let his hands go like this in a while. This is good stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Where was this Parker when he fought AJ? Yes, where was this Parker? He's definitely letting his hands go a lot more than I'm used to seeing him. Exchanging. Which is, again, good uppercut. And some good shots from Parker there. Chisora returns fire, lands some body shots, and is clubbing at Joseph Parker. Great uppercut from Parker there on the inside. Good uppercut in the right hand. Chisora, oh, this is all Parker so far. Very impressed what I'm seeing from Joseph Parker as far. Another uppercut lands. As I think we're getting a knockout in this fight. I think we're getting a knockout here. Maybe not in this round, but I think we're getting a knockout in this fight. Going direct. I'll read that now in a second. We go back into there. This is already a much better fight than the first one. Much better. Chisora landed some good body shots, landed a little hook on the inside on Parker. No issue at all. Not really much power on it. Fighting with the free hand. Some inside fighting going on here. Good uppercut from Parker or Chisora on the inside. I wonder will this strategy of Parker to let his hands go early and really try and get in and get aggressive with Chisora. If he doesn't get rid of him, and we'll say 6-7, will he start to feel the pace? Nice lead hook from Parker. Doesn't really do much damage, but gets back on and lands some jabs. This is a much better fight this time around. Right hand goes in from Parker, just misses Chisora. Chisora returns fire. Good left hook. That looked like it buzzed Chisora a little bit. And a right hand to boot. Very good from Joseph Parker. I like what I'm seeing. Good right hand lands. I'm just kind of, when I see these big shots going, I expect to see some guys kind of move. But Chisora still still standing strong, but he's looking tired already, is Dereck Chisora. What round is it? It's the second round, mate. Going into the third. Chisora won't make it to 5. I think we're getting the Joe Parker knockout. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I have to say, lads, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Joseph Parker in this fight. I really am. This is the most active I've seen him in a fight. He's letting his hands go. He's throwing big shots. He's landed them. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps maybe this is what he needed. Maybe he did need to get a bit more strength on him because he seems rejuvenated in there. He really does. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Some great exchanges. And something I didn't expect to see was Parker exchanging with Chisora. Now, he's landed some shots. They're not landing flush, but I wouldn't want to be in the way of them shots when they do land, because I'm very impressed with what I've been seeing from Parker. He looks very sharp. The 6 weeks he had with Andy Lee, I suspect it wasn't enough the first time around. Now I reckon he's getting the training he needs, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. Very good from Joseph Parker as far. Chisora's not really got an answer. He's trying to bludgeon Parker, but the shots don't really seem to be having an effect. There's no telegraph to them, and he's missing. Nice little jab to the body there from Chisora, though. It misses again with a jab up top. Parker again probing around the ring. Looking at his feet, and he's not plodding. That's one thing I was very worried about, would be that, right hand comes in from Chisora, just grazes the chin of Parker. I'm looking at the foot speed of Joseph Parker, and to me, it looks all right. He's not really plodding like I expected him to be. Right hand goes in, uppercut misses. Because when he fought Hughie Fury, he was 246, and he plodded all around the ring that night. And he looked noticeably softer in that fight than he does here. In this fight, he just looks bigger around the shoulder area. So again, some good work from Joseph Parker. Misses with an uppercut, but trying to land that uppercut in the right hand to boot. Gets Chisora up against the ropes, lands a little combination. Trying to get Chisora back to Chisora bobbing and weaving, trying to get away and slip these shots. The right hand goes in from Parker. That hurt Chisora definitely. Big right hand from Parker. Chisora's hurt. Left hook lands in again. Chisora swings and misses with a right hand. Chisora already looking at his corner. Took a look like he was looking back there at the corner. Goes back into the ropes. What's he doing? letting Parker tee off. Maybe he's hoping to tire him out. Because he definitely looked back at his corner there, did Dereck Chisora, almost a case of get me out of here or give me some info, give me some help. Perhaps he's hoping that swinging and missing will tire Joseph Parker out now that he's got a lot more muscle. But Parker looks rejuvenated, like a new man in here. You'd never think this fight went 12 rounds on a split decision first time around. Again, looking to pin Chisora up against the ropes. This is normally what Chisora does. Parker really looking for it now. Really looking to go in for the kill. So just, another right hand just skims off Chisora. And Chisora now has Parker up in the ropes into a clinch, trying to fight with his free hand, but Chisora looks to have precious little in reserve. Very impressed with what I'm seeing from Parker. This won't go the distance. No, it won't. 40 seconds left in the third round. Gets a warning for holding. Does Parker. Parker looks in control. He definitely looks in control. Right hand lands partially from Chisora, but nothing to trouble Joseph Parker. Certainly not from what I can see. Chisora looked away with the fairies at one stage in this round, looking over at his corner for help. Be interesting to see what happens in between rounds, if in fact we get out of this round, which I suspect we probably will. Chisora has Parker up against the ropes. Parker looks calm. A lot of them shots are getting blocked or missing. Uppercut lands from Parker. Another uppercut goes in there but misses. A couple of jabs in return. Chisora can't really land anything back. He's outreached, so those jabs are falling short as we end the third round. This has been a great fight. Great fight as far. I'm very happy with this. Excellent work from Joseph Parker. Landed an uppercut. Back Chisora up again the ropes. Landed a very, and those hands, that hand speed. Even at 251, those hands are quick. That was blistering hand speed for Parker. Great right hand lands. Definitely hurt Chisora. Chisora was bobbing and weaving, but look at that. Uppercut lands right through the guard. Great right hand, and that hand speed of Parker, even at 251, is still there. Chisora felt that shot. He definitely felt that shot. And he is working hard in there. He is looking tired already. He is looking tired already in there. And Parker doesn't look... I mean, we're only 4 rounds in, it has to be said, but Parker is looking good. Doesn't appear to have any stamina issues. Looking good. What time is it on? It's on now. It's a watch along. We're not showing any footage, mate. So watch along. As we go into round 4, I can't see this fight going much more than a few more rounds. I can see Chisora maybe being retired at some point. Body shots going from Chisora. Parker again. Seems cool, calm, collective. No issues. Slips the right hand from Chisora. Back on the jab. Again, lands a quick combination to Chisora's body on the inside. We're seeing a bit more inside fighting from Parker. I wonder, are we seeing the Parker we should have seen in many of his earlier fights, or earlier championship fights? It's been very impressive. He's able to hold Chisora in the clinch, force Chisora back. Reasonably slow start compared to the last round, but still, Parker appears to be completely in control. Picking his shots very well. Chisora is just trying to land on anything. He's trying to swing and miss a lot. Gets a couple of shots in there, and she's on Parker, blocked. A good combination from Joseph Parker goes in, partially blocked by Chisora, but a nice little body shot to return. Chisora, as we see the sweat come off Parker after that jab. But up in the clinch, yeah. Chisora with the free hand, not really able to do much. Not really able to do much in the clinch this time around. And Chisora tries to throw a shot to Joseph Parker's body, but a lot of these shots are missing. The timing from Chisora just doesn't appear to be there. It just doesn't appear to be there. Joseph Parker seems to be able to know what's happening. I think he's maybe taken, let's say, take the round off, but he's being a bit more economical in this round as Parker than he was in the last round. Perhaps he exerted himself a little bit too much in the last round. But now he has Chisora back up again the ropes. Not really landing much, but a few hooks go in there. Right hand blocked by Chisora. He looks tired. Uppercut goes in there. Chisora's hurt. Oh, Chisora is hurt there. Referee, is he going to rule that a knockdown? He rules it a knockdown. Did the ropes hold him up? Did the ropes keep him from going down? That's a question as my stream decides to slow down. Chisora looks done. What's he doing? He did this against Takam at stage where he just let Parker bring him up again the ropes, or where he let Takam, have him in the corner. But I'll have to have a look back at that in the replay. But that was a little bit on the dubious side, I have to say, from what I seen. Referee called it a knockdown. But Chisora looks knackered. He looks absolutely spent. And he's just sitting there waiting. He just sits there waiting, and that's probably going to be the end of the round. And Parker, again, throws, good shot from Chisora. Oh, wow. Opens up. And both guys throwing shots. Chisora makes an absolute great way to end the round. Chisora screams. Well, first fight, this fight. But Chisora looks knackered. Let's have a look-see at this knockdown. Let's have a look-see again at this knockdown. I mean, Chisora, my God, this is a fun fight. All right, let's have a look. Parker lands a right hand. Lands an uppercut that does get through. Pierce the buzz. Now, I would say that. I don't know. I would say that would be. I maybe would have just said break for that. But yeah, the end of that round, Chisora screaming. This is why we love Chisora. This is why we love Del Boy. War Chisora. But here we go. Into round 5. It's been a fun 5 rounds, lads. It's been a fun 5 rounds. Let's see how we go. Parker is looking very good. This is the most impressed I've been with Parker. Oh, jeez. In a long time. A long, long time. Probably since the Demetrenko fight. And that's how many years ago now? 5 years? 6 years? So, Parker again. Just looking for openings in the Chisora defense. Chisora looks knackered. He really does. He looks absolutely spent. Walks into a little hook, but nothing really on it from Joe Parker. Misses with a right hand from Chisora. And Joe Parker, again, looking to return fire. Just looking for openings. Chisora again, swinging and missing, throwing. Not really any telegraph, not really like he'll land. When have you ever seen Parker in exchanges like this? The referee tells him to keep him up. I remember the last time I seen Parker in exchanges like this. It's been a while. Chisora still working into clinch with the free hand, as you're allowed to do, as referees can say punch and get out in that. As they break. Parker's doing a very good job at being economical. Good uppercut there goes in. Being economical with his shots. He's not working when he doesn't need to work, and he's picking his times to attack very well. Very well. Right hand goes in from Parker. You can really see because the referee was in the way. Chisora still going, still standing. The question is, how long can Chisora fight at this pace, and how long can he keep taking shots from Joseph Parker without really being worn down? He lands an uppercut on the inside on Parker, to be fair. As they're backed up again, the ropes again. Chisora did something similar against Carlos Takam, where he would let Takam unload in the corner, and he very nearly got stopped in that fight, did Chisora, but he was ultimately able to find a punch that put Takam out of there. But I can't see Joseph Parker, nice lead left hook. I can't see Parker making that same mistake. Another uppercut there, he finds it. Doesn't really get fully through. But he's finding that uppercut, and he lands an uppercut there on Chisora. Chisora, that shot might have been low, because Parker complaining. Chisora landed some shots in return after Parker complained. It's getting a bit rough in there, but Parker seemingly able to handle it, which is something that I didn't surely expect to see. If we saw this Parker against Dylan White, we might have seen a different story. Good hook to the body from Joseph Parker. Now, this Parker against Dylan White would have been interesting. We come to the end of this round. Been a better round for Chisora in this round. He's really put it on Joseph Parker a bit more. Parker's had success as well, make no mistake about it. But probably, that was low. That looked low from Chisora, definitely. But a lot more success in this round for Chisora than in previous rounds. Still swinging and missing. But a better round for Chisora, definitely. A lot of them body shots were low. I'll admit that. I'll be the first to say a lot of them shots were low. But Chisora, whenever he goes back to the corner, the mouth wide open, he is absolutely spent in there. part of me wonders. Part of me wonders how long will he go before he's able to even finish. He looks spent. Great uppercuts. I mean, the uppercut is something I don't really see Parker throw much of. But when he is having great success with that uppercut. He really is. Really been impressing me in this fight is Joseph Parker. Very impressed. Very impressed. Very impressed. Andy Lee doing some good work in there, has to be said. I think we were all a bit too quick to maybe judge after the first fight. Bear in mind it was a short camp. I need to just grab the charger from here. Pop it in here because I'm running out of juice in this. Alright, round 6. After the first 3 rounds, I'm surprised we got this far. Another uppercut from Parker. He's having a great success with that uppercut. It's not a punch I really associate with him, but he's throwing it and he's doing well with it. Again, Chisora eating these, not really being able to make adjustments to them. Still looking to land his own shots. Still looking to swing. Some of them shots stray a little bit south of the border. But Parker's not complaining. He's just looking to slug it out. Uppercuts from Chisora go in. Let's see. Again, Chisora doing all right in this round. Compared to where we were at the end of, what was it, the 4th round? It's a lot better for Chisora as far as Parker is still in control from what I can see, but Chisora definitely doing a lot better these last few rounds. Takes an uppercut though off Joseph Parker. You won't want to take too many more of them. Body shot from Parker goes in as well. And both guys back in a clinch. Little hook from Chisora on the inside lands. Parker has Chisora up against the ropes this time, and he's doing a good job keeping him there. He definitely seems a lot stronger in the definitely in the upper body region. He's back on that way. Good right hand from Parker goes in. Chisora takes it well. Chisora takes it well into a little clinch again. And great. Oh, there's a right hand from Parker goes in. Chisora just says, "What? That all you got?" Comes back fire. Definitely a lot more sting is on these Parker shots. He's sitting into these shots a lot more than I'm used to seeing him. He's on the inside again with Chisora, throwing some body shots, taking some of his own, making Chisora work. Definitely making Chisora work. Chisora's already starting to blow early on in this fight, so the more he's making him work, and Parker's not exerting much energy to that extent. So we'll see. But this is a better round again for Chisora. Just from what I've seen, Parker not really landing much. You know, he's landed a few right hands to be fair, but nothing really major note. Chisora doing his thing when they're up close with the free hand. Just kind of clubbing away at Parker. Just kind of clubbing away as Parker back up again the ropes. Bit a better round this round for Chisora, I have to say. Little uppercut lands, but it's partially blocked at the same time. Oh, a nice little jab there from Chisora goes in on Parker. So Parker's starting to slow down a wee bit in this round. Referee warning Parker for low blow as well. There was a good few landed from Chisora in that last round. There was some landing there, and a right hand to boot from Parker. The right hand lands, or misses I should say, from Parker. Goes over the top of Chisora's head, but exchanging again on the inside from Parker. So we end that round. So I think the last few rounds, Parker is gassing. I don't think Parker's gassing necessarily. I think that Parker is just. I think he's just trying to pace himself. I think he threw a lot in the first couple of rounds, and I think he's just trying to save himself for later on down the stretch. That's what I think is happening. I think maybe he's letting Chisora just do the bulk of the work, if you get me. I think he's okay. I do think Parker's okay in that aspect. It's been a good fight, man. I'm enjoying this. Are we at the 2 hour mark already? Jesus. Last week's drag. This one's fun. Yeah, it takes a good jab from Parker and Chisora in that round. So yeah, some saying Parker's gassed. I don't think he is. I think Parker is fine. I think it's just that Chisora. I think he's just letting Chisora maybe. No, he's taking a break. I think Chisora is kind of the one doing all the working now. We see as we reach the halfway point in this fight. Let's go. Into round 7. Chisora out on the jab straight away in this round. or I should say Parker out with the jab straight away in this round. Chisora still looking to get some shots off, but you know, Parker getting himself backed up against the ropes again. Still up against the ropes. Into a little referee breaks them. Referee is breaking them now with power punches. How are we doing? Not much split between them in terms of power punches landed. Only 7 punches between the two in Parker's favour. To be expected, of course. He's landed the more catching shots. But I would have thought it would have been a greater discrepancy between the two. I would have anyway. Chisora is still doing what he needs to do. And ooh, Parker went into a jab and almost took a right hand to boot as well. The shots from Chisora, although they're telegraphed, they do have a lot of power behind. They're real clubbing shots. You wouldn't want to be in the way of them if they hit you, because you'll know all about it for definite. But Parker, some people were saying maybe Parker gassed. He doesn't look particularly gassed to me. I think he's just kind of keeping some in reserve. Parker landing better. Parker better finish this. Yep. Oh, and there's a right hand in there from Parker and an uppercut. Oh, wow, that was a brilliant uppercut. That was a lovely uppercut. The uppercut's been working well for Joseph Parker. Down goes Chisora. Now, here we go. What's he doing? Okay, don't turn your back to your opponent. Now, here we go. Chance to finish this. What is Chisora doing? He just walks over to the corner and Parker unloads. Chisora is a strange fighter to watch. I mean, you just don't expect these things. Parker looking for the opening. He's already put Chisora down twice in this fight, so he's got a massive lead. You got to wonder, is he going to finish this? Chisora still looks cognizant. Oh, great shots from Parker going in. And again, we're missing. Parker looking to end this, but Chisora on the inside, still dangerous, still throwing bombs. Right hand, Parker looking to get out of the way of that. Uppercut from Parker again lands, but Chisora comes firing back, body shots. 30 seconds to go in the 7th round. Chisora on top now in this part of the round, having been dropped earlier on. Has Parker up against the ropes, looking to land some club body. Good left hook to the head from Chisora. I think Parker may be feeling the pace. Body shots go in. Oh, right hand to the head from Chisora. Crowd really getting into this. Missing with some shots to the head from Chisora. This has been another great round. Chisora may be losing. Uppercut lands from Parker again. Right hand just misses. Left hook misses from Parker. And the round. Oh my God. This is a fun fight, man. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this fight, lads. I'm enjoying this now, I have to say. Let's have a look at that again. Right hand lands for Parker. Chisora felt that, and an uppercut went in. It was a great uppercut. Parker noticed it. Chisora has a good chin. Chisora has a good chin. So Parker, people saying he's feather fisted. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. This has been a good fight. But the way Chisora just came back, I mean, I have to say, it was funny the way he just casually strolls. Parker's definitely winning. Parker is definitely winning, but the way Chisora was able to just come back and start landing shots on Parker. And it wasn't like Parker really overexerted himself. It's just like, but Chisora taking every opportunity to stay in that seat. So I reckon he's feeling the pace of this. Already he lands a hook on Parker. Let's see how this goes. This fight has been fun. It's been frantic. This fight has been fun to watch. Parker has probably a massive lead, 2 knockdowns. So he'd be well up on these cards. And he's had a lot more success in this fight than Chisora. So it's really a case of, can he keep Chisora off of him till the end of the round, till the end of the fight, or does he want to go in for the kill? I would like to see, although I like Chisora, I would like to see Parker finish this. I would. I think it would give a statement of intent. Because although Dylan White has stopped Chisora in the past, that was a competitive fight. This has been pretty one-way traffic for the most part. Parker again. A lot more dog in Parker than we're used to seeing him. A lot. Why couldn't we have seen this Parker years ago? Oh, guys up in the corner. Really enjoyed this fight so far. Really enjoyed it, lads. Uppercut again. Parker just cannot miss with that uppercut. Throwing a lot of mustard in it as well. And that, as a result of having the bigger shoulders, it will help with the uppercut. Increase the power. It was a proper shot like that. So 90 seconds left in this round. Missed with a left hook from Parker. Chisora seeing that coming. Chisora with some body shots of his own. Go in there on Parker. Parker doing a good job blocking the headshots, but not really able to return fire of his own, but does there. I think he's trying to take center ring and look to land uppercuts. Misses with that uppercut, one of the very few that's missed in this fight. Again, the body shots from Chisora look to be, I don't want to say hurting him, but they're bothering him for certain. But Parker gets Chisora in the ropes. Look at the referee. Again, looking at the referee again with these shots that are coming in. Both guys are in a clinch again. Chisora working with the free hand. Parker just kind of staring at him as much. Oh, good right hand from Parker. Good right hand got through the guard there. Chisora from Joseph Parker. Parker just looks on at Chisora as if to say that, oh, you got uppercut again, lands, and there, oh, another uppercut lands from Joseph Parker. Third knockdown of the fight. Chisora, will Howard Foster let him continue? I mean, you'd be a brave man to say no, Howard. This is Dereck Chisora. This ain't George Groves. Again, throws over to the court. Why is he doing that? As he just waits for this uppercut again, goes in from Parker. Well, it's an unassailable lead at this stage. Surely that was a push. I'll have to see the replay, mate. It definitely looked like a shot went in, and Chisora was off balance, but I'll have to see the replay. This has been a hectic fight. Okay, let's have a look-see here. So, uppercut goes in. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. That did look like a push. Definitely. Parker couldn't finish his dinner. Spot on. That did look like a push. Yes, a shot went in. An uppercut did land. It did buzz. He can't miss with that uppercut. But yeah, certainly, I would say yes, that is a push, not a knockdown. Yeah, I'd say that. Shove. Looked like an uppercut, then a push. Yeah, me personally, I would say no knockdown in that aspect because it did look more a push that sent him back as opposed to the punch. So I would say no knockdown in that regards. But I find it amusing that after he gets knocked, he just casually takes a little stroll. At what point does the corner maybe or the referee think another knockdown and that's it regardless? But Chisora straight away is waiting in the corner, looking back at Parker. Parker just kind of looking as if to say, okay, I'm waiting for you. You don't wait for me. Again, I would like to see Parker put the coup de grace on this fight. I think he needs to. I think if he wants to make a statement of intent, he needs to. Not been like Dylan White, where it's been nip and tuck all the way through and it was one punch. It's been all Parker in this fight. I'd like to see him close the show with style. He has looked good. He has looked good. Great right hand goes in from Parker. Left hook again lands on Chisora. Referee Howard Foster looking at Chisora now. Right hand goes in. Parker. Oh, Chisora fighting back. Our referee Howard Foster was looking to jump in and stop there. He was looking to jump in. Until them shots from Chisora went in, he was looking to jump in just there. He was. Shots from Chisora go in. Be a brave man to stop Chisora prematurely. That's what I will say. Brave referee would do that. Parker's hand speed, there's one thing, if I was worrying about the foot speed, but the hand speed is still there even at 251. The foot speed seems alright actually. Doesn't seem to be plodding at all really. Up on the toes there he was a second ago. As we go near the end of the ninth round, just over a minute to go. Chisora looks definitely tired, but I'd say Parker is feeling the pace as well. Both guys are just looking and probing now at the minute. Parker, to me, still looks quite fresh. He doesn't appear to be blown. Nice left hook lands. Doesn't appear to be too fatigued. I think he. Whoa! Both guys swinging and missing there. I like the exchanges. I like seeing both guys in there in the exchanges. Whoa, whoa. No, that was off balance from Chisora. Swung and a miss. Lands some shots on Parker there as well. When Chisora puts so much torque into these shots, when he misses, he goes flying. Puts so much torque into these shots. It's crazy. But again, Joe Parker, again, getting the better of these exchanges from what I can see. Chisora is looking tired now. It just seems like those shots are more kind of the shots as opposed to proper full force. And Chisora gets hit with another uppercut. Another push though from Joseph Parker. Another swing and a miss from Chisora, but he gets Parker up again the ropes. Very close to getting stopped in that round was Dereck Chisora. I suspect the return, the fact that he was able to return fire on Joe Parker, prevented him from getting stopped. I suspect that's what it did. Give me 1 sec there. I'll be back in 1 sec. All right. I just had to unplug the heat and it was roasting in here. So some great shots landed in there from Parker. Chisora, like I keep calling him Ian John Lewis. Howard Foster was on the verge of jumping in there when those combinations were going off from Joseph Parker. He was literally on the verge. They are quick for a heavyweight. They are quick hands. Mike Days, they're quick hands. When's the last time you seen Parker let his hands go like that? But Chisora, as we go into round, is it 9? No, 10. Jeez, losing track of myself here. This fight has just gone through like that. I'm surprised we got this far, to be honest with you. It looked like after 3 rounds we weren't even going to see the 7th. But we've got this far, and we persevere. I've enjoyed this fight now, I have to say, people. I've enjoyed this. Again, the power punches. Chisora's landed more power punches than Parker. Interesting. Thrown more, to be fair. But interestingly, he landed more as well. Good job there. Another uppercut goes in there from Parker. One must have to wonder, even if Chisora does get dropped again, will the referee jump in and say enough's enough, regardless of how he is? Will 4 knockdowns be enough to just say enough's enough? Parker then again back up into a clinch now. Both guys got to be feeling the pace of this. I know Parker has kind of paced himself quite well through it, but by his standards, it's been fought at quite a frantic pace, even by his standards. Been doing a lot in there. He's been exerting himself quite a bit. Jab goes in from Chisora. Parker again, just looking for opens. Looking for his moment to strike. Able to back Chisora, move him, get Chisora back up again the ropes. Referee now breaks both guys. Less than 9 seconds to go in the round. Warning about the heads. Didn't see them come that close together. Parker back on the jab. Back on the jab. Looking to get Chisora. Looking to get Chisora's head moving under control with that jab. And Chisora backs Parker up again the ropes again. Lands some club and body shots. I'd say Parker's ribcage will be sore after this fight, but Chisora looks knackered. I don't know how he's got this far. Uppercut again from Parker. Great success he's been having with that shot. Chisora just can't seem to make the adjustments with it. Cannot seem to. I don't remember really seeing Parker be prolific with throwing that in the past. I really don't remember seeing him do that. Some good shots go in from Chisora. He's having a better round in this 10th round now, it has to be said. Given how the last few rounds have gone, he's having a better round. You know, a lot of them shots are borderline. Right hand from Parker, followed by a hook. Another uppercut goes in. Let's see. Both guys in a clinch again. Referee breaks them. So again, this round, swing and a miss from a right hand from Parker. But this round, I suspect, yep, it's going the way. So we go into the 11th. This is interesting. Parker is miles ahead. He's 3 knockdowns. On top of the rounds, he's won. Parker's winning this fight. But, will he be able to get rid of him? Will he be able to get rid of him? Is only the app sticking Chisora body shot Parker's uppercuts. That's basically the tale of this fight. Chisora's body shots, Parker's uppercuts. Because he's been missing like crazy with the right hands to the head. They've been going nowhere. Nowhere. They've never looked like landing any of them right hands to the head. As we go into round 11. It's been a quick watch along this one has. Can't believe I'm 2 hours into this fight. Or 2 hours into this card, I should say. It hasn't seemed like it. So round 11, 6 minutes to go. Chisora has been stopped in the 11th round. I don't recall Parker getting many late stoppages against quality opposition this late. He actually takes some shots off Dereck Chisora. I think the latest Parker's ever stopped an opponent was Alex Leopold in the 10th round. Alex Leopold is hardly Dereck Chisora. Uppercuts go in from both guys. Uppercut from Parker, or Chisora went in there. Bit messy with the heads, bit reckless, but some good work on the inside from Chisora. Parker again. Oh, Parker walks into a jab there. That was thrown by Chisora. Parker looking to use his own jab, looking to set up some shots. Potentially looking to catch Chisora with another uppercut. Right hand misses from Parker. I wonder how both guys' gas tanks are now at this stage. It's been a long fight. It's been a tough fight. Even for Joseph Parker, it's been a reasonably tough fight. He's had a guy there who just takes the shots and just keeps returning fire. Even if he goes down, he keeps getting back up. Body shots again go in from both guys. Chisora does seem to be slightly getting the better of it in this one. But jabs thrown through 12. Only 21 landed by Parker, only 6 or 9 by Chisora. Low jab output. There's not really been many jabs thrown in this fight, believe it or not. Not many. I think both guys are pretty much spent at this stage. I'd be surprised if we see any knockout or knockdown at this stage. Got a little over 4 minutes left of this fight. I can't see either man scoring a knockdown or a knockout. It has to be said at this stage. But this is heavyweight boxing and it can change. And in this round, and same with the last round, I've quite liked what I'm seeing from Chisora. He's been busier. Busier of the two, certainly. Certainly been the busier of the two. Trying to get his jab, stepping into the jab there from Chisora. And again, keeping Parker think. Oh, right hand from Parker goes in there. Definitely split the guard of Chisora. But again, both guys just end up again the ropes. Bit of a lull to the action. We go into the last minute of round 11. Getting ready for the 12th round. Oh, uppercut goes in from Parker again. Appears to kind of stun Chisora a little bit, but Chisora fires back with his own body shots. That was definitely low, but Parker doesn't seem to complain. Seems to just keep coming forward. Another uppercut lands from Chisora on the inside, having success with that. Parker may win this fight. Oh, right hands go in there. Parker may win this fight, may win it wide, but it has been tough enough for him. It's one of those fights where even though you'd win it and he'd win it wild, it's been a tough enough fight for him. People in the chat saying, are we really going into the 12th round? I'm amazed that we are. I'm amazed. After, 4 rounds, I was like, no, we're not getting this. Now we are. Looks like we're getting 12 rounds. I'm surprised. Don't get me wrong. It's been a good fight. I enjoyed this fight. But I really did think after 3-4 rounds, I'm like, Parker's got this. Well, oh shit. Don't want any footage of that. Hard from Chisora, David Monte Python, still the most frustrating heavyweight on the planet. Yes, correct. See, right. The Parker we saw in the first few rounds, that and the killer instinct to finish, problem for any man. I genuinely thought he would have finished him. I really did. Both guys in the 12th round. Just a touch of gloves. And here we go. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but 12th to the final round. Let's have a look-see. How are you doing? Will Parker really try and put an exclamation mark on this fight? Will he try and get Chisora out in this final round, becoming only the fourth man to stop Chisora? Don't know why Tyson Fury and David Haye be in an exclusive club. Questions I would ask: win, lose, or draw? Will Chisora fight on? And for Joseph Parker, rematch with Dylan White. If we can't get Tyson Fury, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Joe Joyce, wouldn't mind seeing them fights. This is a better Parker, but there's still things I would like to see worked on. You shouldn't be dropping this guy as heavily as you are and still going 12 rounds. Definitely shouldn't be going 12 rounds. And Chisora, for all his credit, he's taken some shots in this fight, but he is still returning fire, even in the 12th round. Even in the 12th round, he is still returning fire. Parker, that was a bit low from Chisora. Some of them shots have genuinely been quite low. Parker, to his credit, hasn't complained too much. And I think both guys are just knackered at this stage now, to be fair, lads. I'm surprised Chisora's even got this, because he looked jaded even after 2 rounds. But Parker again, some shots on the inside. Explosive right hand goes in from Parker. Chisora nods his head to say, no, you didn't hurt me. That's normally an invitation. Uppercut again from Parker goes in. Chisora still standing there, still swinging. Can Parker put an exclamation mark on this fight? Can he stop Dereck Chisora? Can he get a 12th round stoppage? I'd be impressed if he can. Chisora is a tough cookie. Does he have it in the tank to finish him off? Does he have it in the tank to throw as many shots as he wants to get a stoppage? I don't know. He's dropped people in 12th like Dylan White, but he hasn't been able to finish. But Chisora is taking some good shots. Took a body shot there, just missed with an uppercut. That could have spelled to the end of Chisora had it landed. Chisora seemingly coming on strong now. We're into the last 40 seconds of this fight. You're going to get the stoppage. You're going to want to get it done now. But Chisora backing Parker up against the ropes, landing some body shots. Parker gets out into the center of the ring, but looks tired. Right hand goes in from Parker, misses. But a left hook comes in. Swinging a miss from Chisora. Heads come in very close again. Warned by the referee. Last 30 seconds of the fight. Will we get a grandstand finish from both guys? Will both guys leave it all in the ring? Chisora, Parker. Parker again missing. Looking to land shots, but Chisora smothers them. Think we're going to the end, lads. Think we're going to the end. We're going to a decision. In fact, we definitely are. Grandstand finish, not from what I can see. Swinging a miss from Parker. That's it. 12 rounds done. Good fight. Enjoyed it. But I do think we needed to see a exclamation mark. I'm just going to grab a thumbnail for the post-fight review. Don't mind me. I need to get a thumbnail for my post-fight, because I will do a review of this. I just hope I can get one before the fight's finished, because some of the other things wouldn't have started yet. Where is this? There it is. What is everyone's scorecard? Let's have a look-see. I think we're all in unanimous agreement that Joseph Parker has won this fight. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Joe Parker has won the fight, but what is everyone's thoughts? Has to retire now. Parker disappointed. I disappointed. Yes and no, mate. Yes and no. I was impressed with he definitely made some improvements in there, but the lack of killer instinct again. The lack of a killer instinct again, definitely for me. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how some people don't like that. I can definitely see that. Got my thumbnail, so I'm a happy boy. So I'll do a post fight after this. But yeah, no, definitely he did a great job, G-Man. Yeah, what did you think of your boy's commentary? I was getting involved in that fight. I was getting invested in it. But what we got here? What we got? 171.08. Dereck showed great heart, tremendous heart. Great show. Yeah, no, I'll keep going until we get the commentaries. 116, 110. Yeah, he definitely hit the like button if he could, lads. I'd appreciate that. I'm gonna mute the stream for like 2 seconds when they read the scorecards out. I'll give my 2 cents on the thing, and then I'll do a post-fight review. It's like I did enjoy that fight. I did. but it really shouldn't have went 12 rounds. It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. I like what I seen from Parker, but it's that lack of killer instinct. It's that lack of killer instinct. It really is. But some good things to take from it. I would have liked the stoppage. Just to say, right, he has that killer instinct. He can get rid of these guys. Just a bit annoyed he couldn't do that. Good commentary. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I enjoyed doing it. Anyone need a commentator? Yeah, look no further. There you go. I think that's my first little kind of audition. Done. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching that fight. I just found it bizarre when Chisora would get dropped, he just kind of casually strolled across the ring. It was funny. And like I think Howard Foster was even like, what the hell? I think Howard Foster was like, I know I stopped fights early, but I ain't stopping that fight. Just need to get a screen in front of you. Yeah, I will. I may get one during the sales, get like a cheap enough iPad. I prefer Apple, so because it's just not. Yeah, I get you. I get that. Michael Alexander needs examining. Michael Alexander, I thought it was definitely Howard Foster. I thought was refereeing this fight. Parker has zero killer instinct. Yep. You see, like you can have all the ability, but like if you're like I don't want to be too harsh on him. I don't want to be too harsh on him because he did look better than I'd seen in the past, but the lack of finishing, the lack of killer instinct. I mean, the, Chisora was there for the take, and I mean, I think everyone in the chat was saying the same. This isn't going past 5 rounds, 6 rounds. We were all looking at it, we were like, yeah, this ain't going past it. I was even saying, like, yeah, this ain't going past 6 rounds. For it to go 12 rounds is a bit of kind of a, it's just like, really? Really? It goes the full 12. It was a good fight, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it's just like, really? It's gone 12, really? So, WBO, trick a title. So, potentially could, no. I was just going to say, I wonder would they order the winner of this to fight Joe Joyce? Okay, I'm gonna pop this on mute for 2 seconds. Right, I get you now when you said Michael Alexander. What the hell, 114, 112? Right, I get that now. I get you now, Jamie, why you said Michael Alexander. Yeah. What the hell was that? 114, 112? Three knockdowns. No. Sure. No. So Michael Alexander would have had Joseph or Dereck Jordan winning this fight had it not been for the three knockdowns. Because that no. 112. So you would have had a what, 116 or 117, 112 without the three knockdowns for Chisora? No. No. That is crazy. That's bad scoring. That's definitely bad scoring. Lassies, right? I'll drop it here. Been nearly 2.5 hours chatting. There's 150 in the chat. If you could smash the like button on the way out. I'm going to do a post-fight review like literally now, this minute. So I'm going to end this stream here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And we will get one stream in before, because just a normal boxing stream. We'll chat about everything. I'm actually going to open it up to have some guests on. I'll drop a link in. I'll probably do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. And if you have a camera on your phone, ideally, pop on. I'll pop a little link in, and I'll have a few on it one at a time, and we're good to go. But for now, lads and lassies, I hope you enjoyed it. Chat to you in about 5 minutes. Peace.